Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday, July 25th, 2023, and I am so glad that you could join me for another episode of the Giant Bombcast, episode 799. That's a lot of podcasts, and that's not even including the Game of the Year ones we throw in here or the weird ones we throw in here. That's arguably maybe too many podcasts. Maybe we should do something special next week. I should think about that.
Next week instead. Let's go.
Yay.
You know what? Maybe we should mug Minotti.
Wow.
The Giant Bombcast is, I really want to press this button, but I know it's going to break everything, is powered by NZXT. I'm your host, and I want to let you know that you are indeed Knuff Janichoa. Joining me, co-captain of the ship and ready to grog it up and projectile vomit on you and our friends, Jeff Grubb.
Grog is here. Mr. Grog. Jeffrey Grog is what the kids call me now.
Yes, Jeff Grog. That's your pirate counterpart. Joining us today, we've got two very, very, very special guests. We've got the bad boy of games media, Mike Minotti.
Hi, I'm Mike Minotti.
Yes, that's what bad boys say. Exactly.
So it's so easy to get a pop from Jan. All I gotta do is say my own name.
It is. It's so easy.
With enthusiasm. You know what's tickling me right now? Is that me and our other guest, I'm noticing, both have Sonic plushies in our backgrounds. That's funny.
Oh yeah. It's good to be matching. It's nice that we both decided to wear the same thing, but one of us will have to change, etc.
Yeah.
Mike,
you're gonna have
older.
to change.
This is like a real Bailey. This is a really old Sonic doll I got at Best Buy, like back when the Sega Genesis was a thing.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
this is a Knuckles doll that I got from a press thing for the movie. The
Wow.
movie itself gave this to me for being a journalist. So it's special, and it's
I have the
covered
bottom
in cat
half of
hair
a
'cause my cats
BB-8.
love it.
I'm missing the head.
My mommy and daddy bought me this Sonic probably because I would have thrown a tantrum if they didn't.
That
So,
doesn't sound like you.
nah. If Mikey ain't happy, nobody's happy.
Last but certainly not least, my greatest nemesis and my greatest friend, the Phantom of the Opera for Honest Game Trailers, Bailey Meyers.
Thank you. Yes, I do honest game trailers, and the one coming out today is very normal and has a normal amount of boobs in it.
What is it?
It's Story of Seasons.
Bailey, do you mind
Wait,
if I
that's a
read our
boob
Slack
game now?
conversation?
Yeah, go for it. Whatever.
Okay, all right. Let's see. Where is this?
Well, while you're doing that, if she's the Phantom of the Opera, does that make Mike the Rum Tum Tugger of
Please.
Honest Game
No,
Trailers?
I want to be Skimble Shanks.
I think you're Rum Tum
We all
Tugger.
want to be
I am-
Skimble Shanks.
Again, every time I say Rum Tum Tugger, I'm so afraid. There are so many hard syllables in there that I just feel like it's going to be so racist.
That was just a tightrope, and I knew what you were talking about,
Yeah.
but for a second, I didn't know what you were talking about.
It's scary up here.
Skimble Shanks, the railway cat, the cat
Okay.
of the railway train.
I regret what I've done
Careful,
here.
you're gonna get a DMCA notification.
There we
Oh,
go.
should episode 800 of the Giant Bombcast just be a Cats spoiler cast?
No, it could be a musical.
Oh my god.
Could
You-
be a musical.
Yes, let's write
Get
and produce
Windbag.
an original musical.
In
It's
a
the
week.
only way to save the school.
Well, exactly.
But
Yes.
I did a podcast with my brother, like on video games called Exploding Barrel Podcast Forever, and like we knew we were gonna end it, but like, but our final episode's gonna be a musical. So turns out we just never
never
made
did
a
it.
final episode.
Yeah.
Because like, come on,
It's a good bit. It's
Yeah,
a
good
funny
idea.
bit.
we all want to be the Drew Carey show, right? We all want to be Scrubs, but we
Yeah.
don't have it in us to make the musical episode. We just don't.
I remember one time when I ran out of cable as a youth, I used to record episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the one I had recorded before my cable went out was the musical episode. So I was just watching that on repeat for like a solid week straight. It was gorgeous. Fantastic.
You know what? It's funny. I don't think I've ever seen like a continuous minute of Buffy the Vampire Slayer anything except for footage of like the Xbox game. That's it.
Yeah,
I-
I mean, what
Yeah,
else?
the gist.
You're good. Yeah.
That whole thing just like whoosh.
Based off of my limited but deep knowledge of you, Mike Minotti, I don't think you'd like it.
No.
Yeah. I mean, today, like this year, I'm not going to be like, go watch a show from that guy. What's
Yeah,
his
right.
name? I can't
Oh
remember.
yeah,
That is
Like,
my
yeah, you're
favorite
good.
downfall because that guy was just like the king of like that very specific like kind brand of nerd culture forever, and then it was
Right.
just
That one
actually we don't need
shot
that.
of a man falling on a woman's chest and like just landing like boobs
Yeah,
first.
yeah, but like, oh,
Yeah.
what do I? Oh,
it's
no,
one of
boobs.
those.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that
One of
happened in
those.
like everything he ever made, and it's like we get it.
Yeah. It's like
Chill out.
like Patrick Stewart on Extras, where he's like, I have the power and I make her clothes fall off, and then she puts them back on, but I've already seen everything. It's like,
But I've seen everything. Yes.
but already, it's like, all right.
So wait,
Patrick
there's
Stewart.
boobs in Story of Seasons.
Well,
Not
There's cow
exactly.
teats.
There's boobs in the Honest Game trailer for Story of Seasons because I just went Joker mode when I was writing the
You
script.
made-
I don't know what happened.
You made Mommy Milkers jokes again, didn't you?
I did actually.
She
not
did. she did.
Bailey?
start with it. I like lead with it.
It's like
Your
your
favorite
signature.
thing.
No, it's like your
Yeah.
signature, you know?
It's that and Simpsons clips is like
Wow.
like it's like it's my little signature.
I sent you an idea for a Simpsons clip on the Portal one. That was one you didn't take.
I'm sorry. I used portal potties. He sent me
did-
just the word portal potties.
I was like, we have to work this in to the Portal too.
He's
Writing
like, I've
credit
done
for
the
that.
heavy lifting. Now you take it. Run into the end zone.
Yeah,
I will
guess we-
always credit my writers, even
Thank
for
you.
portal potties.
Yeah, I got Portal. I was that in the Piccolo joke. I was proud of on that one, so I was glad
Oh,
Piccolo
yeah.
made it there. That's
I
good.
had to include Piccolo.
Uh,
Yeah, no, I'm very excited for everyone to see the new Honest Game trailers. I do think it's my magnum opus.
I think so. I think so.
Thank you.
I've never
Thank you so
believed in
much.
anything. I told Bailey yesterday she's gonna win 2 Webbies for this, and I'm dead set.
Ooh.
If I have to
Star
steal,
Wars.
if I have to steal the old Webbies that were in the CNET office, I will, and I'll bring them to LA,
Yes.
and I'll have Smirnoff
Right.
Ices hiding inside of them.
Perfect. And just like a
Oh.
post-it note on them that say, "Have a great summer."
Yeah, exactly.
Keep in touch.
You just been Webby.
You rock, never change.
Yeah.
Why am I looking at the music numbers from Cats?
Oh, I already know those. You don't need to look those up.
Yeah.
No, I'm just looking at like what my faves are. You know, like the old Gumby Cat. Remember the
Oh yeah,
the
you
Jellicle
would
Ball?
like old Gumpy Cat.
I'm gonna pull a mic and be like, "Hey, someone work in an Andrew Lloyd Webby joke in here somewhere." I've done the heavy lifting. Now you guys go.
Oh, okay.
Well, then you
yeah.
did it already.
Damn. All right.
Well,
That's
for
good, though.
segue of the year, and I feel like I got robbed for this because I've had at least 2 good segues this year. Jeff Grubb, you
Wow.
win the Andrew Lloyd Webby.
Thank you. I want to thank all the little
You can't
people.
even name like 3 Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals.
Me?
Well,
What do you say?
I mean,
Oh,
we got
oh, yeah.
2 already.
Musicals, you have set the bar so low.
I've seen Phantom of the Opera, and I've not seen Cats, but I'm aware of Cats.
The
He
third
probably
one.
also did Les Miserables.
No.
Yeah,
Oh.
he did it. So
Not.
there, I was right. He didn't do that. So eat shit.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Well, what's another one?
See,
Jesus
I
Christ
told you.
Superstar.
Joseph.
Oh yeah, sure. Jesus Christ Superstar.
Star
the
Wars
All the
Amazing
ones that are kind
Technicolor.
of religious,
Yeah, Joseph
but
and the
also use
Amazing
a lot of
Technicolor
electric.
Dreamcoat.
Anything with an electric guitar, you're like, that's Weber.
Yeah. Like
Love
that's a
Never
Webby.
Dies, the sequel
The
to Phantom
sequel.
of the Opera.
Yeah.
Oh, we should do a film in 40s to that.
Is there even a film version of it?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Um,
We
Oh,
should
no.
watch that.
oh my God. God.
Oh, no.
Okay. Now I'm just thinking of Grease 2. No
Oh, yeah?
other musical sequels. Maybe they should
I'm
do
more
those.
of a Godspell guy. I never liked Jesus Christ Superstar. So
Sure,
give me
sure.
Well, you're
Godspell.
you're a heathen.
Wow.
We know this.
I'm
Wait,
shocked,
hey,
Jeff.
Godspell's
I was
way
a
more
fiddler
Jesus-y.
gal.
Actually, I like his Jesus is a hippie in that, and I'm like, this I can accept. This makes sense to me.
There you go.
Enough musical talk. Let's, I guess, talk about video games, but not really
What, are you
video
sick of
games.
alienating people? Or?
Yes, I'm sick of alienating people. It's quiet down and stop getting excited, all you theater kids watching and
They're
listening.
going to be begging for wrestling talk by the time I'm done going on about cats.
Oh man, now I just want to talk about how Love Never Dies absolutely ruins both products now because it is absolute garbo.
Man.
I had a friend train for Starlight Express, and then they broke their ankle. They were really upset.
What
Oh,
part?
yeah, I can't imagine why.
They just wanted to be in the ensemble, and like they
I
could
think
do
I-
a sick flip on their skates.
Yeah, I saw Starlight Express at Vegas, like in like the 90s when it was there, and I was like, that was a formative experience for me.
Okay, wrestling talk. Let's go. I'm done. I'm done.
Bailey, when did you find out wrestling wasn't real?
Today, what?
Oh no!
Damn it, Jan.
Oh shit! Oh, I didn't know.
AJ's right. We had aisle seats for Starlight Express. It was so cool because they would go right by you on their skates.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Sick.
Oh,
I-
man, we needed a longer awkward pause there. I'm sorry, we really
We
needed
also
that.
saw Michael Crawford because he had his weird not one man show, but he had his special show EFX. Michael Crawford, Jeff, was the original Phantom of the Opera.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
For folks that don't know, Starlight Express is the musical that Andrew Lloyd Webber made about talking skating trains.
Yeah, well, kids trains. It's like a kids train set. That's very
Okay.
important.
Okay, that sounds pretty good.
And it's about how man, these fancy electric and like new trains are pretty cool, but like, what's wrong with Steam? Steam could win too if it has enough heart.
That's just not true. Fuck Steam.
Jeff does not have enough heart.
No,
I-
definitely not.
I do want
I'm the
to.
Shimigami Tensei to your persona, Mike. That's what I always
That's
say.
exactly right.
That's
Starlight
what we're
Express-
always saying.
Yeah.
Starlight Express will not answer Jeff. Yes.
The Ninja Turtles are coming back in vogue. I really need them to bring back Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out of our shells.
Don't even start with me. Don't even start with me. Yeah. Yeah. Growing up in a glass shell with meager lizards and tadpoles, or something like that. No, growing
Mike,
up in a glass
tell 'em
bowl
what
with
you do for
meager
Christmas.
lizards and tadpoles.
Maybe
Mike,
you
tell 'em what you
shouldn't.
do for Christmas.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Oh, you don't know about my caroling that I do for Christmas,
Well,
Jan?
no, I don't know. But
Yeah,
please.
every Christmas, me and my friends dress up as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and we do a play in the local town square where we
The
reenact.
town square?
Yeah.
Okay, now it sounds like a Charles Dickens novel.
Well,
Okay, go on.
so those same turtles from coming out of their shell, and they made us that video. They also Jan's not. They also made a Christmas special. So we reenact the songs, but we had to make more. So like most of them were our own songs. So we have a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Christmas parodies. I'll film it this year so everybody can see.
Yeah, I
Please
keep saying
do.
Giant Bomb Christmas album, and we could maybe put a couple of those tracks on there. That'd be fun.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, have yourself a Ninja Turtles Christmas.
yeah, okay.
make it
Yeah, it makes too much sense.
Radical.
Merry Ninja Christmas is right there.
No, I like Ninja Turtles. Most of them are just like you replace the word with pepperoni. Like deck the halls with pepperoni.
Sure,
La 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 la. Chance died.
Merry Ninja Turtles, I feel like does work.
Oh
well.
man,
Yeah, we have a
Hey,
it's good. Oh, the best.
If you have a picture of this and you want to put it in chat, I'll share it with them.
The best is for instead of Joy to the World, it's Baxter Stuckman. He is a bud. He used to be a human.
This is so dumb. I love it.
That's a big hit. That one.
okay,
That one
okay.
rules.
Oh yeah, I bet that one crushes every year, huh?
Yeah,
I-
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, brings the house down. What if we weren't? We were usually outside in the cold.
Yeah, there's no
but-
the house is already down. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
want everybody's like ideas of costumes to really be like brought down. We're basically wearing green sweaters with our color coordinated headbands. But yeah,
Dark Aileron in chat says, "Holy shit, is Mike Minotti weirder than Dan Reichert?"
weirder.
I think we've had this conversation.
Yeah, it's 9:19
It goes back and
a.m.
forth.
for the folks
Yeah.
watching live or listening to the archive, and my moisturizer has already gotten into my eyes, and I'm tearing up. Video
Well,
game.
Mike just moved you to tears with his great story.
God,
It is weird that that's so normal to me that like Jeff had to tell me, hey, tell Jen about your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Christmas
It
plays.
didn't even occur to you. Yeah.
see,
Everyone does that.
I thought I've had an interesting life, but no, not in the slightest. I have to play the Leonardo of the crew right now because I'm wearing a blue bandana. Get the show back on the rails.
I am Leonardo in the play, Jan. I'm
Oh
Leonardo.
God! Shut the fuck up, Mike. I say this. You know I hate saying that. I say this with all the affection in the world. Video game adjacent things, Grub. Like you went to an old games convention. How was that?
It was. I was scared. Mike spent so much money. I'm not trying to get you mugged. I'm sorry, Mike, but you did. It was actually kind of awe-inspiring. Be like, this is what it's like to be a collector. You have to just pull the trigger, even if that price tag is high on Cubivore. Like you gotta do it. And I'm like, it could never be me. But I'm like, it was cool to be there and watch Mike find these games and add them to his collection and see how excited he was.
So, Mike, do you have like a hit list of stuff that you want that's missing from your collection, or if you see it, you'll
Yeah.
just grab it?
I generally know. I kind of like used to keep a list, but at this point, like I know, and there are just certain big ones. So like I've been collecting specifically just GameCube games. I think it's fun, and it's a practical collection. Like I'm not just doing it for like to put them on a shelf forever. I have the GameCube, and I have this like pretty fancy HDMI converter for it, so I'm able to play those games. I'm able to stream those games. I like the GameCube a lot, so it's fun. But like I would go to like the couple local stores I have here that would sell these things, but you kind of wipe them out over the course of a couple years with what you want. So I'd never done one of these conventions, so I knew like for a while, like okay, like I'm gonna go ham at this. I'm probably gonna see a lot of stuff I haven't seen. I did expect to go quite this ham because they had two pretty big expensive ones there that I wanted: Chibi Robo and Cubivore. They are both they're both big ones, but I saw them and I pulled the trigger on both of them. Got some other random fun ones. I got Batman Dark Tomorrow. It comes with the promotional comic still,
which we will have him read on Blight Club tomorrow. So we're doing Blight Club on Wednesday this week, everybody. So tune in for that.
Got Odama. Got a bunch of got Tarzan.
Ooh, Odama.
Yeah, Odama. No mic yet. I gotta find a microphone.
Odama is what I want to if we do a GameCube stream. Odama is what I want to play. So
thanks, Odama.
I'll get that set up.
Thanks, man. That's incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Biden Katos, the GameCube was made for the Obama administration.
Anyway, the Obama of game consoles. We're always saying this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was just kind of fun to like actually go around and actually having like this much choice to pull from. Like it's I've been to Comic Cons and they're fun, but I don't actually care that much about comic books. For one thing.
Oh no, I saw
the
this.
only comic book I'll ever need right here with the Batman FaZe Clan comic, so I don't need any more comics ever.
This gamer issue, Batman.
Oh, when you say Comic Con, you really hit the comic on it because you wanted to keep it legally distinguishable from Comic Con, the entity that is in no way about comics anymore.
No, I'm talking about like real local stuff, like with actual like people with like boxes of old comics.
For the real
I
youngsters.
was like, why did he say it like that? And now I understand.
Yeah, the Youngstown Comic Con, right, is a little different. But so it was fun. Sometimes they would have like one person with like a few Nintendo 64 games at those. So it was great just being at a place. Oh, there's a ton of video games here. There's some tables with like fun little knickknacks or like crafts and whatnot. Like Jeff got a CRTV.
Ooh, gorgeous. Look at that.
Yes.
Look
Really
at that.
with it. It's got a lot of it's got BNC inputs and S video input, and I need to I got an adapter for composite to S video, and it's not working yet. And I'm not too surprised by that. I was like, I got the S video stuff, but yeah, so I have a little bit of headaches with it. So I'm gonna get it working because it looked really great when we saw it on the show floor.
Grub, if you don't mind, how much did you get the CRT for?
Yeah, this was $25.
That is a steal.
Yeah, I felt like that's why, because it's got a really nice picture. There was a bigger one for $50. I went for the $25 one. It's a good size. It's gonna be like right here in front of me. So it makes that good.
The technology
Oh yeah, that good
will never go out of
CRT
date.
wine. It was very heavy. It's on an IKEA table that
I
is
carried it out
buckling.
for him. Don't worry.
Yeah, Mike helped too.
Yeah, Mike put it over his shoulder.
Yeah, exactly.
I was cradling. Oh, there was one point where I had these and stuff in my bag, and I was just going around the con. And then, like, later, I was walking around. I was like, I don't have my bag on me anymore. Where is it? This is, like, quite a bit worth of games. I had to, like, run back across the hall. Like, there's my bag. And just got to pick that up.
And I'm, like,
Oh my
wandering
God.
around looking at stuff. And then I just turn around. And Mike just looks like he saw a ghost. And he's, like, huffing a little bit. Like, oh, God. Like, his heart was beating fast. I'm like, what? And then he told me the story. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, that bag just sitting there with money's worth of games. Yes.
Yes.
A
Yes.
nightmare.
Oh,
The
man.
wallet's not so full anymore, at least. I took care of that.
Yes, there you go. You spent some of Daddy Minotti's money, Dr. Minotti's
Hey,
money.
look. This is Mikey money. This is all hard-earned.
Mikey
I'm a
money
big-
doesn't actually
Mikey money.
matter in the real world.
It's like Monopoly money. But they accepted
man.
it there for some reason.
God, not that I want everyone to cannibalize their weekends and turn it into content, but what I would have done to see Mike's face. And then Mike's face of relief afterwards of finding his backpack.
Yeah, I didn't get video of that. I did get some video of him making some big purchases, though.
He got the video me buying Cubivore, which
Yeah,
I don't know.
Actually, I sent it over to Sean. Sean's gonna. I think we'll just put it on the
Okay.
Giant Bomb feeds. So yeah.
Okay.
Were most of the transactions cash, gentlemen?
For me, yes, but
yes.
I think Cubivore you didn't do cash. right?
Cubivore is PayPal. Well, yeah, most people don't have that much cash.
Oh, okay. All right.
Jan, how much do you think Cubivore costs?
Yeah.
No,
Please.
see, I can't answer this because Grub told me yesterday.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Bailey, how much do you think Cubivore costs?
$60, 70 easy.
I'll go with that. Go with that.
I don't want to out
Please
Mike.
tell me how much it cost. I've been sitting here wondering, like, Jesus Christ, what amount
All
of
right.
money?
Okay. All right. No one freak out.
No one freak. Okay. I want.
Poker face.
I
poker
want.
face.
I want this to be a judgment-free zone, everyone. This is a safe
Okay.
place for Mike.
Look,
I'm not
I
gonna
can
move
do-
a muscle.
I'm a big boy. I don't have kids. I can do what I want with my money. It's fine.
Already moved a muscle. I already did it.
The justification, right? That's what gets you.
Okay, Cubivore is a $500 game right now.
10 minutes later, we found it for 400.
Yeah, I wish I waited a second, but this version is in very nice shape. Look, it's got the manual. Maybe the other one didn't have the manual. We didn't look. I'm just gonna tell myself it didn't.
Look. Yes, exactly. This is what we
Didn't
need to
look.
do.
I'm just gonna tell myself it didn't have a manual.
Yep.
Why do I live in an inexpensive city? Why do I do this?
Right? Look what I can afford. I have a house.
I mean, I got a
I
kitchen.
spend that Cubivore money on a one-bedroom apartment.
Oh, okay.
Man, Big
It
Mike
was
Minotti
cool to watch
rules.
happen. It was cool to be like, there's Cubivore. Mike wants Cubivore. He just bought Cubivore. That was neat.
Yeah, it's easy actually. It turns out, yeah, all you gotta do is like tell them you want it, and then they tell you what they want. You give them that. You push that number in PayPal, and then
Sure.
it's yours.
Did you try
Sure, you
haggling
exchange
with
money for
them?
goods and/or services.
Thanks, Homer.
Did you try
The
haggling?
was her saying that
No.
it was her personal copy and it meant a lot to her. And so Mike's like, well, then I got it.
Is this actually
that was a
important?
full lie.
No, I'm the second owner of this game. She bought this at GameStop when it came out. That's very good.
Did she show you
Yeah.
the receipt, Mike?
No, she did show me the receipt.
She
She wasn't.
show you-
Come on, Jeff. Jeff saw the honesty in
I
her
believe her.
eyes.
I
Like,
believe
I've
her.
got a bridge in Brooklyn. I would love to sell you $500. What do you say?
No, I mean, for a bridge, that's a good deal. I mean,
No, that's what I'm saying. And it's my bridge that from childhood, so it means a lot.
Oh, sentimental value.
Oh, the Bailey Bridge.
I'm gonna want to lose money on this deal.
All right. Before we get to the actual video game talk, Jesus Christ, what's on this rundown? I watched the Barbie movie at 8 a.m. I didn't know that they showed movies at 8 a.m.
Yeah, wait, like today?
No, not today.
Pervert hour.
It's Sunday. Instead of going to church, I decided to go watch Barbie.
This is church
The new
now.
church, yeah.
And let me tell you, it was
Loved Barbie.
more holy, if not holier.
oh, yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Man, Rygaz, whew, Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen this movie yet. The review
neither.
from Jan, though, Jan, I should go see it, right?
Oh yeah, wholeheartedly, please, yes,
Okay.
do it. It is amazing. It's great.
I'm trying to make it
I
happen.
laughed. I cried. I posed in a box and then deleted the picture because I looked bad in it.
I did the same thing. You know,
I bet I'd rock it in that box.
Yeah.
you would rock
I
it
bet
in
you
that
would.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like there is a confidence about you, Mike. You know.
It's true. It's unwarranted,
a
but
Barbie-like confidence, yes.
yes.
Uh,
Thoroughly.
Mike is totally the Allen of the group.
I can't wait to see what this
Oh,
means.
yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Mike-
Hardcore.
Got his
Michael
ass.
the Michael Cera character?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
No,
Is
but
it
he's,
like most
he's
Michael Cera characters?
well, no.
I'm gonna look around, kind of confused. Like women scare me.
Yes.
I'm Michael Cera.
I
I
just
think
want to
he's
be.
scared by women in the Barbie movie, though. I think he's more like adopted by them. He's like the little baby bird they found on the side of the road and
Oh, I like this.
brought into their clan.
Just like Mike Minotti.
Umatic in chat says Mike is not the Alan. Alan is nice.
Well, I'm nice. I'm so nice.
Wow.
Jeff, tell
Wow.
everyone how nice I am, you piece of shit.
that's a good comment there, Umatic. I appreciate that.
All right. Oh, man, I just want
I
to.
carried your CRT out for you.
Video games.
He's lying about this.
I've been playing nothing new. Unfortunately, I've just continued to let Octopath Traveler 2 and Dave the Diver take over my life. Both tonally very different games. Octopath Traveler 2, holy smokes. fucking fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. It goes
Damn
places.
it, stop. I don't want it to be any good.
See, Mike, I know that you've been playing the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters.
Yeah, it's great.
Did you like Octopath 1?
No, that's the thing. I didn't like 1, and I love Bravely Default.
I am in the
I didn't
same
like
boat.
1, so I was like, there's so many games to play. I'm like, good. I don't have to worry about Octopath Traveler 2. I know it looks great, and then people are like, oh, it's good. I'm like, well, what do people know? People are wrong about all sorts of things, right? So
Yeah.
But now, I don't know, everybody is like very adamant about it, and they specifically say, oh, I didn't like Octopath Traveler 1, but I like 2.
See, Mike, that I'm in that same exact boat with you. I'm ready to come out of my shell and defend Octopath Traveler 2 because holy smokes, hated 1. Absolutely detested it. Octopath 2, it's a banger, Mike. I think this is up your alley, especially considering that you've been on like a JRPG kick. It is obscenely long. I feel like I've played 20 hours of this game and I've made no progress. And it's the middle of the year. I don't know if I can finish it by the end of the year because of everything else coming out. And also because of my addiction. Bailey, please go ahead.
Sorry, is 20 hours supposed to be a lot?
20.
Dan?
Are you saying I'm putting rookie numbers in? Is that what you're accusing me of?
Yeah, that's
I've
what
heard it.
you're like. I have played it very little, and for some reason, I've made no progress.
Wow, get roasted. See, people say I'm not the.
Bailey just like goes for it. She never she has the thought and just says it. I
Why
love that.
do you
I
think
there's nothing that stops what's in
Oh,
my
yeah,
brain.
why
I've
would it?
got to work on
We should
that.
be a
honestly.
meaner podcast.
why do you
Just be
think
mean.
I introduced her as my greatest nemesis? Because
Okay.
it is like a hair trigger away from Bailey and I cussing each other out. We're amicable right
Every
now.
time.
But just
Hey,
wait.
Jan,
Yeah.
you want to play?
No,
if
I
you-
mean, Jan, honestly, like, because of how Honest Game Trailers works, usually no matter the size of the game, I have to get through a significant portion of it in a week. So, like, Tears of the Kingdom came out, and I put 100 hours in a
Christ.
week. And I was
I'm
like
at-
up
I'm
until
at
4 in the
135
morning,
at,
like,
like, 3
I'm
months
such a
in.
workaholic. Ooh, off to the salt mines. Look at me go. But, like, I mean, it's worse when it's like Gollum, you know, or Story of Seasons. But, like, commit to the bit. Like, play the game.
Bailey, I've got
These
things to do.
numbers.
Jan, you know those old
Like
Final
what?
Fantasy
Name
games?
3.
They're like 10, 15 hours. It's really nice to be able to like put 10, 15 hours in a JRPG and
And finish it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Every week he's beat a Final Fantasy game for like the last month. I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah,
That's like
almost.
a
Well,
weird
5
thing.
is the first one I think is actually more like 30 hours instead of like
Yeah.
15. But 5's also like one of my favorites. So it's
Well,
good.
I will never recover from this
Good.
this
Just
public
killing Jan.
There
lambasting.
it is forever.
Yeah. Bailey, we're no longer friends.
Damn it.
I'm not going to kick you off of this podcast out of spite.
Okay.
But I do want to continue to mention Dave the Diver because this fucking game goes places, y'all. I know that we got an email that we probably won't get to that talks about fat shaming, and I do agree that some of the jokes can be a little bit heavy-handed.
Yeah,
and
that's how I felt early on.
And I know that the defense of like Dave being a very capable person that just also happens to be big isn't the best defense. But like, yo, my guy Dave, I'd party with this dude 8 days a week, baby.
Yeah.
And I know he would take care of me if I passed out.
Yeah, Dave like is presented as very competent and put together and not in any way held back by being a big boy.
Yeah.
But there are the occasional jokes from other characters, and I guess I mean I get it to a certain extent, but it was like this is a little bit weird for me.
It lightens up after a while, then everyone starts to
sure.
see that like, you know, there's more to Dave than just his physical appearance. And
Right.
if that is holding anyone back from playing the game, I want to let you know maybe 3-ish hours in, maybe after you get past the first real big chapter, it lines up, and then everyone's just cool with Dave.
So like 4 months into the gameplay for you, Jan?
Yes, exactly. I'm just a little popper. I'm like Fievel Goes West. I'm like Donald Duck slicing the little bean with my video games. And like, this is how much I can consume today.
Jeez.
God, we should cut more beans into little pieces.
Yeah, it's a good bit. I always like that. I'm like, when you started talking about that, Jan, I'm like, I got pretty excited thinking about that duck cutting that bean.
Yes. Just like I was excited to watch you cut weird people on fire grub with Bacalar and Dan in Remnant 2.
Yeah, Remnant 2. It is.
Snake.
Yeah. Oh, he's the
Credit where due.
This is what Jan does. Remnant 2 is fun because the shooting is really good and it looks really nice. And those two things are unassailable about the game. The issue might be the map, like the first game, is still a little bit obtuse and not necessarily as even well put together or easy to get to the fun as like a Dark Souls, where clearly this game's taking inspiration from the Soulsborne genre. But like once you do find enemies and you get in these boss fights, it just is. It's like so good because that's where they put all their effort. You could just tell they just thought about these boss fights, making sure that they feel intense and difficult and fun for 3 players. It's a three-player multiplayer game. Generally, is how it feels like it's built to be played. And I really am enjoying it. I just when I played it at SGF, they just like threw me into it, and that was really nice to just get thrown into it. And here, there's definitely the buildup of, okay, you're gonna be in your town, and you're gonna talk to one person, and then they're gonna tell you to talk to like 5 other people, and then you gotta once you talk to all those people, then we'll get the game started. And that, I mean, I'm just still like, I don't know why developers do that. I suppose maybe they think that this is the way, it adds something between the gameplay segments to, this is still gameplay, but between the action segments to go back to town and like do your little chores. And then that adds like an up and down to the roller coaster effect or something. But for me, it's just like, especially before we've really done anything in the game, to have this laundry list of stuff I have to take care of. It was just disheartening at first. 'Cause I'm like, I know how this game plays. I played it. It's fun. Just give me a shortcut to that. And there is no shortcut to that. At least at first. Now, it's not some massive hill you got to get over. It is just a matter of talking to a couple people, and then they will send you in there. And then once you are shooting, it's pretty cool. And yeah, I had fun playing as my big boy character with the sword, and who's like really good at melee. And he's got this knight's uniform on, and just looks really cool. And it's an Unreal Engine 5 game, and it shows in like the lighting tech and the fire and the animations. It's really good looking. I wonder if it's going to have that same sort of life as Remnant 1, where Remnant 1 kind of came out of nowhere and won people over, or if it's going to be like, we expect so much more, and this game is like, yeah, it's more in some ways, but a lot of it's more of the same. So I wonder if it's going to be able to like really pop off the way that first game did. But I'm looking forward to going back and playing some more of it as I get done with Zelda, finally, as I play my little bean's worth of Zelda every day as well over here.
Well, just like you want to return to Legend or Tears of the Kingdom, Mike, you've returned to the Obra Dinn.
I have. I've been actually playing this for the first time.
Trying to go for 5 for 5,
what a
dog.
wonderful game.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yes.
On our sort of Discord channel that Jeff and I have, we do a game club there. We play something every month. This month it is Return of the Obra Dinn, which is one that I missed out on back when it happened. So this has been a fun excuse for me to actually finally play this one. Yeah, it's been really neat. Like I am a fan of like the old school point and click adventure games, and there's like a bit of that here, but obviously like the way you're solving puzzles or sort of figuring things out is completely different from that kind of talking to people, inventory management stuff I'm used to from, say, a Monkey Island or something like that. Even like, you can't even really compare this to Myst or something like that. It is doing very much its own thing. And it is really cool. It takes you a little bit to kind of like figure out the language, like the things you're supposed to be doing. Cause like, the whole bit is that you can kind of like find a corpse. You can see the moment this person died, and that may lead you to another corpse. And then you're using all the clues from these scenes to identify all the people on this ship. And you need to identify their name. You need to identify the cause of death. So in that, and like at first, like I wasn't thinking broad enough, which I think was a problem, where I was just like listening for people to like, why is anyone saying this person's name? It's like, okay, I have this big picture. I should be really paying attention to like, how are these people dressed? This one makes me uncomfortable, but like, what is their ethnicity? Like doing some of that makes me a little uncomfortable. But who are these people like with? Who appear to be their friends? Like, well, I know this guy is an officer, and this person is dressed like him, so that's probably an officer too. So things like that. So yeah, it's been really interesting.
Go ahead, Bailey, please.
It's just such a good game, but it is the only. I love puzzle games and point and click games like Monkey Island. As soon as you said that, I would like my heart swelled. I was like, yes, he gets it. Obra Dinn is the only puzzle game where I've had to take notes in real life outside of the game, other than some Nancy Drew games. Those,
Yeah.
they're hard. They're hard. I
Ba-
play them on senior detective
Okay.
mode.
Bailey-
I played Obra. Oh, go ahead, Jen. Yeah.
Well, Bailey, Grub can solve. Bailey can solve this problem that we've been having. Bailey, these style of games where it's like a walking puzzle, like a walkie puzz. What genre would you call this? Because we have Soulsborne games for,
Sure.
and then we understand what that is. That subgenre.
We have puzzle games, but this isn't necessarily
Like this and Tetris are so different from each other.
Exactly.
Yes.
Tetris isn't a puzzle.
But see, that's
But
to
that's
me
what
what
we
a
call
puzzle game
games.
is.
That's-
a puzzle
no,
game
This is
is
also
like,
different from soccer,
Tetris.
Mike. What do you mean?
no, I'm right, because that's like, to me, puzzle genre is like Tetris, Puyo Puyo, Pokemon Puzzle League. Like, you look at a screen and there are like blocks or circles or something, and it's about the configuration. That's a puzzle game.
Yeah, that's what at
Okay.
least that's what.
Look, that's the Boomer explanation, so we have to go with it.
I would call it a first-person point-and-click puzzler.
Okay.
first person like solvers. What someone in chat said. I still like solve them up. I'm just gonna keep saying solve them up.
Good.
Someone in chat said that. If you want to, take your flowers there, let us know who it was. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, solve them up is good. It like kind of gets the point across real quick, I think. And
Good.
I'm into that.
Yeah,
I love them because these games, I'm so good. I'm honestly, like, not to brag, very good at puzzles. Like, none of the shrines in
You
Tears
play
of the Kingdom
video
give me
games really
pause.
long. You're really smart at games. We get it,
I'm
Bailey.
like so good at them. I'm like a professional gamer. But like I love puzzle games. But like when I was streaming Obra Dinn, like I would have these moments of like real brilliance where people were like, wow, that was so smart. And then I literally had a moment where I thought the blue was the land. So like one right after the other. So it's like some real opportunities to feel like the biggest dipshit in the world.
Yeah,
Also.
I definitely like felt like, oh man, some of these puzzles in Obra Dinn get so confusing that you do really have to think about it, but and maybe you have to write it down. I don't remember writing anything down, but I was drawing on like my Picross and Sudoku skills because that's what like it is the exact same idea. And I've told this to Mike where it's like it is just they provide evidence on the periphery, and you need to look at all the way all those things intersect to then fill in a little dot that says this thing can only be this. And that is it takes practice because like if you play enough Sudoku, everyone knows like once it gets difficult enough, you really got to be thinking 3 or 4 inferences deep to be able to get some of those correct numbers in there. And Return of the Obra Dinn is the exact same way. So it's like once I got in the habit of it and thinking about things that way, things started falling in place. And it's like such a satisfying thing. 'Cause I like games that, yeah, there is a lot of information on the screen and there's some interaction on the screen, but really you're playing most of it in your head. Like it's giving you information and you just need to like mull it over in your own brain. And that's where the actual gameplay is happening. And I think that there's other adventure games do that to a certain extent, but Return of the Obra Dinn is like one of the best examples of it. And that's why it's one of my favorites.
I do like feel bad because I do sometimes make progress just by brute forcing things. So like if I know like, okay, so this is one of the Russians. This guy, I will kind of go through the list and just assign him each Russian name, and then it'll be like, "Oh, you did it!" I was like, "All right."
I always felt so guilty when I like accidentally brute forced something. I definitely did it a couple times, but I was like, man, I feel like this feels like cheating. Is how I played that game.
No.
You play enough puzzle
just
games,
put
brute
it-
forcing is its own kind of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I didn't try to undo it or anything like that. I
The
accepted
game
it,
itself.
moved on, but I
Yeah.
definitely felt bad.
It's like a command grab in Street Fighter. It's like, you can't get too mad at it. It's in the game.
yeah.
Oh, this wasn't a bad transition. That was your analogy.
No, that was just a bad transition, Mike. Wow. Wow.
Transition.
God.
Why are you
Oh
guys
my God.
shooting at Jan so much today, dude.
Look,
I'm the
it's
nice
Ty
guy.
Jan finally caught some shit. He's always over here causing trouble.
I'm causing trouble. I have to play the Leonardo or Cyclops in this group sometimes and be the straight man.
Yeah, the Leonardo to like 7 Michelangelos. It's got to be exhausting.
I think Jan needs a little pizza right this very minute.
Oh, I had a brilliant segue. I was trying to make my batting average perfect this episode. Inscryption. Bailey, Inscryption.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I-
It's great.
It's so good. Someone brought up to me in my chat that you, Jan, specifically were obsessed with it for a while, and I was like, Jan and I have got to talk about Inscryption.
Okay.
It's all I've been doing.
Have you beat the game?
Yeah, I am like most of the way through Casey's mod now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So apologies for spoilers. I don't remember when Inscryption came out, but sorry, too bad.
2021.
Wait, I just bought this game. I'm not gonna listen to the spoiler.
Okay. The point where you pop out and you have to push the go to the menu and move around when you get out of the first world, right?
Yes.
I accidentally deleted my save because that's what I thought the game wanted me to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh
you did
my
that.
god.
And then I had made so many custom cards.
Man, you worked yourself into a shoot, brother.
I did. I had I called it the Jan God card because it hit 3 different lanes. It had 20 attack. It was the most amazing thing. And then it left me. Mike, you can put your things back on.
It's just I won't spoil
And
anything.
then the woman takes her top off in the game.
Yeah, it just keeps happening. That's why it's been on my brain.
Installing Inscryption.
That's the thing is it's like okay, so when I'm writing a script for Honest Game Trailers, my job for a week is literally play the game that the trailer is about, which mileage may vary on that depending on the game. Like Tears of the Kingdom week, it was great. Or was it? I didn't leave my house. But Gollum week, I wanted to die. It was the worst. I've never been angrier at a game. But with Story of Seasons, it was just so goddamn boring that I was just I'm gonna go into PlayStation Plus and just see what's available. I don't know, take a break. Maybe I don't know, just find something interesting. And so it was 10 o'clock at night. I was going to Disneyland with my sister the next day. So I was like, just play for a couple hours and then go to bed. You're well rested for the park. And I then looked at my phone and it was 5 a.m. And I was
Hell yeah.
It's such a good game is
it's
the
really
thing.
Good.
Yeah.
I knew nothing about it going in. I just knew spooky card game. And I was like, sold. That sounds great. And it's so much more than that, but it is also very much that. And it's such a well-designed game. The onboarding process is so smooth. It's amazing.
Yeah,
so
another game that makes you feel
everyone.
smart. Makes you feel real smart.
Oh,
and
totally.
it is on PlayStation Plus now. So if anyone has that, you can just go play this for free right now.
Yeah, there's also slight, I guess, not ARG, but horror elements to it. And I'm a big sucker for found footage style things. And it totally barks up that tree.
Yes.
The extra stuff at the end, how it's just popping off. There's, we all know, for folks that have completed the game, there's a certain bit with a certain apparatus that attaches to your wrist that got the biggest pop out of me. Probably also when I was playing at 4 a.m. Yes, Mike, a watch. I got really excited about a watch.
Was it the...
Yep.
Slap wrist.
Yeah.
I
was the slap bracelet. Yeah.
I saw my Daisy Power Band slap bracelet from Super Nintendo World here. Whee! Haha.
Mike, before I say anything, do you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, it's, the
Okay, then I'm not
ghost.
going to say the next thing about what Jan was. Oh, that's Jan! Jan, that's the one I have. I put him on my long Pikachu.
Enemies no more.
I guess we are friends. Okay.
Hey, Bailey, how was Disneyland?
It was good. I lost my debit card. I am not one of the, I just destroyed my whole set to show you my long Pikachu. I am not one of those people that's always losing their debit card. We've all got that friend that does that.
Yes.
That's not me. Twice in my entire life, including this time. But I was just having one of those weeks where every little thing was going wrong. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to go to Disneyland and I'm going to have a fun time. First place I went, I lost it. I was like,
where was it? Which place?
I don't know. They called and 5 days later they called. They're like, we found it. And I'm like, well, I canceled it. Where was it? And they're like, oh, we didn't write that down. I'm like, that's the only thing I want to know.
Yeah. For me, it would have been that corn dog cart. That would get me.
That's the first stop.
About the Little Red Wagon, or are you talking Corn Dog Castle?
I'm talking about the Little Red Wagon.
Okay, Corn Dog Castles are superior. I'm sorry. They're basically the same corn dog, but there's something about Corn Dog Castles.
You mean the one in California Adventure over in
yes,
the
of course I mean the one in
Lloyd
California
Webber
Adventure.
some more?
Wait, what do you want to say, Jeff?
Can we talk about Andrew Lloyd Webber some more?
Work.
Well, he just really doesn't want us to have fun today.
I know. Wow. Jeff, it's not all about you,
God.
Normally on a podcast when you have guests on, they're like, really polite and like, oh, like I'll speak when you speak to me and stuff and everything and all that jazz. Not with these two hooligans.
No, never.
I've seen you all do karaoke. I owe you nothing.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's true. Yeah,
Now
these two,
imagine now,
they did a
it's
duet.
Christmas time.
God.
There's pizza. I'm dressed like a Ninja Turtle. It's outside and really cold.
Oh man, maybe we should do holiday karaoke.
Yeah.
Because
That would
there
be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
there may be a reason for all of us
There
to
may-
meet in Los Angeles
Actually, there
at
totally
the end.
is.
of
All right,
the
okay.
year.
Who's doing Baby It's Cold Outside with me? Not everybody all at once.
Are you going to be the Zoe Deschanel part or the Will Ferrell part?
Mm.
I can do whatever. I know both. Don't worry.
You are a classic Zoe Deschanel type, though. We all know this.
Yeah, that's true. People are always saying this.
I can't think about Zoe Deschanel without thinking about that Siri commercial. Siri, is that rain? And it's like she can look out her window and see it's
Siri,
raining.
I want some soup. What?
Fuck you, Zoe Deschanel, and fuck you, Siri. All right.
Like, so just know we're tired of your impish ways.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that she married a property brother.
It hurts
and-
me so much inside, Bailey.
I'm
It
just
hurts me
like-
so much.
Girl, you got so tired of being everyone's favorite manic pixie dream girl that you went
Yeah.
hard opposite.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bailey, I literally on the tip of my tongue, I'm like looking for an opportunity to say manic pixie dream girl. And I'm
I
like, there
got
it
there
is. All right,
first.
thank you.
Aha.
That's right. She was like that.
Minotic pixie dream boy.
The
Man,
quintessential.
Oh, I am a pixie dream girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I manic? Is that what you describe my energy?
All right, Grub,
anymore.
I apologize. We're going to spare everyone Tears of the Kingdom talk. We'll probably
Yes,
talk
I
about
agree.
it next week.
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, I can't talk
Oh,
about it this
Jan,
week
did you
because
play it
Bailey's
for
here.
like 2 hours?
Literally, that was literally
Bailey?
what I was going to talk about. No joke. I wrote down here playing Tears of the Kingdom like an old man because like, oh, I'm enjoying getting to this point in my life where I don't feel like I got to rush through everything and I just play the games I want to play. And it's like I could take my time on it. And then Bailey made that sound like I'm a dirty casual. So
You kind
no,
of
we'll talk-
are.
We'll talk
Ba-
about it
I
next
beat
week.
Tears of the Kingdom weeks ago now.
Yeah, you played 70 hours. I'm 140 hours in.
Yeah,
Like-
I did everything you needed to do to beat the game, and then I beat it.
Yeah. well,
Oh my god, you
shit.
haven't done any. Okay, everyone on this. I have to go. Like,
Whoa.
this
We're-
is so much to do. I thought you guys were real gamers.
No.
I did,
definitely
like,
not.
I got most of the important stuff I wanted to do. I didn't like complete the depths for no reason.
Yeah, that's
What
what I'm
do
doing.
you
Let's.
mean? No reason.
That's literally what I'm doing right now. I'm completing the depths. Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry
Yeah.
you had to like spend 30 hours wandering in the dark so you can write a joke for honest game trailers. But like,
Yeah.
I just
Oh
like
no,
looked
I
at.
didn't have to
All
do that. I
right, let's get to the
did
game
it
of the
'cause
week.
I loved it. I did it for the love of the game.
For the love of the game.
The game of the week this week, which I think maybe only Jeff Grubb has played, maybe Mike
Let's play the
Minotti.
demo.
Mike has played the demo. That's right, folks. We're talking about the little freaks because we're a bunch of little freaks this
All right.
episode. Pikmin 4.
Yay!
Yay.
I started this game in earnest last night. I played a bunch of hours. I was playing this morning and I couldn't stop. That's all I wanted to keep playing. And I had to come do this podcast. That game's real good. They have streamlined Pikmin 4 to the point where they've distilled it down to the things that make it very good, which is the loop of you get Pikmin, that enables you to do stuff. You could do stuff, and that enables you to bring stuff back to your ship, and that empowers you to do more stuff the next day. And that loop still works really well. And then on top of that, they just added a bunch of quality of life stuff, including Ochi, the pup, which you can ride on, and that makes getting around that much easier. It's got a jump button now, which is new to Pikmin. They're like, yeah, we're not gonna force you to walk around the long way every time. Even if we give you a shortcut, a lot of times that still feels like the long way. We're just gonna give you like little bumps you can jump up with the dog, and that's just another way to get around. Yeah, they just have really figured out Pikmin. It took a long time. Took, I think, 20 years to actually get it to this point.
Oh, don't
I
say
think Pikmin-
20 years. That makes me feel
Yeah,
incredibly
It's
old.
actually longer than that. It's like 22 or 23 years.
Yeah, it was 2001 was Pikmin 1.
You sexual deviant.
Which is the version, like they give you a little tablet in the game, and the tablet software version is 20.0.1 for 2001 for when the game came out. But yeah, it's super fun. I think that I get why a lot of people are not intimidated. They don't care about Pikmin. That's the honest answer. They don't care about it because they look at it like, it looks a little strange. It's hard to tell where the fun is. I have to manage these things. Am I gonna have to send some Pikmin this way and some Pikmin that way? That seems like kind of a lot. But once you actually start playing it, and this happens with me, where it's like, do I like Pikmin? And then I start playing, and I can't stop playing, and it just comes down to again to like getting that progression, feeling so solid every day. And I'm glad that they still kind of kept the day-night cycle, where you do have a certain amount of time on the surface, and then if you are looking for a reprieve from that, they still have the caves where you go down these caves and then time doesn't pass, so you can spend as much time down there and explore a little bit more leisurely, but then the enemies are a little bit more intense down there. So it's just, they figured out this balance, and I'm just so into it. I'm very happy with it. Mike, I know you played the demo.
Yeah, it's a beefy demo. Like, I basically got to play 3 hours just from the demo.
Yeah, I'm probably not too far past like what you played in the demo, honestly.
Right. And like, so that's, if you're thinking about this at all, it's nice because you can play that demo. It's just the start of the game. Your progress carries over. So just do that. I've never been much of a Pikmin person. I like played a bit of one back when it came out. Didn't
Despite
really get
being
it.
a little freak.
Yeah, I just thought, yeah, exactly. But definitely was the most I was getting into it. I was enjoying the demo, especially once you get past like the beginning, because even this game has a bit of that. Like, we're gonna really explain what you're doing
a lot. Yes,
we're gonna introduce all these characters, and like you're gonna walk 10 feet. It's gonna stop everything and like show you a vignette of this little Pikmin captain person like getting harassed by something. It's like, okay, I get it. But once it got going, yeah, I was having fun. I will say now that it is out, like I do want to play it. I'm not like rushing over there. I am still kind of more obsessed with my playing through Final Fantasy thing.
Yeah, I can't wait to put an hour in the next month.
Yeah, I was the same way, where I was like, I haven't finished Zelda yet, and I don't want to finish it necessarily, so I keep putting it off and enjoying playing the game. But I'm like, I should play Pikmin 4 for the show, so I booted up, and that's when it's like, oh man, I'm glad I already pre-ordered it and had it ready to go, and I just booted up and it was ready to play. And I'm glad I did, because as soon as I started playing, I'm like, oh yeah, I do really love Pikmin. It is one of those games you have to play. I think it's hard to see from a distance and understand where the enjoyment comes from.
So Grub, I know in the lead up to Tears of the Kingdom, a lot of folks went back, revisited Breath of the Wild. It's a common pattern folks will do when a sequel comes out. Do I have to do that with Pikmin 4 at all, or is this a good jumping in point?
Yeah, so I have an answer to this. I've thought about it since I've been playing this. I've been thinking about it since last night. I would say at this point, just jump in with Pikmin 4. If you are someone who already bought Pikmin 3 Deluxe and never played it, you don't want to like necessarily go out and spend more money on Pikmin 4 right away, I think you can go and play Pikmin 3 Deluxe and get a good idea of whether or not you like this franchise. Now, there is the demo for Pikmin 4, but like Mike says, it does have the stop and start with a lot of tutorialization in the form of dialogue boxes that do stop the action. And I find that frustrating. It's not so egregious, but it's still in that Nintendo zone of this is sometimes what they do, and it can halt the gameplay and halt the fun a lot of the time. So if you want like a longer, more actual game, and you have Pikmin 3 Deluxe, I would say try that out. But if you are just looking at all 4 of these games and you're trying to decide where should I jump in, just go to Pikmin 4. This is the one that they have. They thought about the player the most in this one. The controls are much more refined. They automate so much of the stuff. Some examples. Again, past games, you would send a Pikmin to go out and do a task. You're like, hey, go collect this thing. And what they would do is, if they were gathering up, like, let's say there's 20 resources on the ground, and you send 20 Pikmin down there, or you maybe only have 5, and you put 5 down. They rush and they go pick up 5. They carry it to your ship, and then they rush back and they get another 5. And then when they get done, in the older games, they would run back to that point and then just stand there, and you'd have to go gather them up. Now they're smart enough to wait at the ship if there's no more resources at the thing. And it's like, that's a small thing, but the game is filled with those kinds of decisions where it's like they just made it way more streamlined. It's just more well thought about all across the board. And it's, again, that comes down to like having the Pikmin ride Ochi, so you don't have to worry about the pathfinding of like, I'm going to take this sharp corner, run over here, and now a Pikmin's stuck on the wall, and he's not coming around there. They could make the Pikmin smarter, but the Pikmin are dumb. That's half the idea. It's like you got to guide them. So having them ride the dog around with you, it solves that problem just straight up. So I would come straight to Pikmin 4 and start there. And the way that I feel about Pikmin 3 Deluxe in terms of that solving all my issues, like with the controls of, the dual stick controls on the GameCube, where, we're going to aim Olimar over this way, and then we're going to point the cursor where we want the Pikmin to go. They don't even really do that anymore. The right stick doesn't aim. They're like, no, we know what you're trying to aim at. We're just going to lock on automatically. There's no lock on button. Like, you want to get the thing over there, so we'll just lock onto the thing for you. And that stuff just works. It's not a headache ever. And so, yeah, I would definitely just come straight to Pikmin 4.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll go party with a bunch of little freaks after
try
talking
the
with
demo.
you freaks.
I think, a 3-hour demo is like Mike said, beefy.
3-hour demo.
I knew that was going to
3-hour
happen.
demo.
All right, everyone. Before we go
Again.
take a first break, because Jesus Christ, do I need to go outside and
Yeah, I gotta
We gotta go
decompress.
watch the new Honest Game trailer. It just dropped a minute ago.
there we
Yeah.
go. It's
Sir and
fantastic.
Marianne.
You can find out what I'm talking about when I say there's a shocking amount of boobs in my Story of Seasons Honest Game trailer.
Incredible.
I would be shocked.
Before we take a break,
You might.
anyone have any quick little tidbits of games they want to chat about?
No,
Now's
but I
the
sent
time?
you guys a picture of me caroling.
All right.
in
Well, I
this chat
can't do
here.
that because there might be some Grub, can you do a check for me? Is there sensitive
I'm-
stuff in
I'm-
this?
I'm looking.
It's very
What would be
sensitive.
sensitive?
There's an old out of date netplay code, so that's fine.
Oh, right. In the
No,
chat.
it's just Backlar saying that they asked us to debut that video that we talked about publicly, so I think we're all good.
Oh,
And as long as the Google Doc, that is a public Google Doc, I think,
Yeah.
from before. So
all
yes,
right. Let
Yeah,
me
we're all
just
safe.
move this. Wow. Mike, that's adorable.
Oh, thank you. There we are. Yeah.
That's
You're right.
adorable.
There's me, and my brother, and two high school friends. Isn't that cute? We're all still friends.
Shouts out to high school friends.
which
This
one
is
of these is the Poop City Slamma-Jamma? Is
Nope,
it Chris?
not in there.
Is it
Not
Chris?
in there.
It's Chris.
It's not Chris.
This shouts out to high school friends. Shouts out to Chris. Shouts out to Neely P. We'll see you in just a second for some news.
ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo la rumba en la calle, está poderoso, ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo la rumba en la calle. Hablarlo. Ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo la rumba en la calle, está poderoso, ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo la rumba en la calle. Se prendió la rumba, se prendió el vacilón, encerrado ya no puedo, necesito clavizón, guarachita para los pavos, para los niños, guapancol, los rumberos están ready, tira, tira puro flow, sabrosura es lo que quiero, ella quiere puro flow, la rumbita que yo quiero. Ojalá ver. Ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo la rumba en la calle, está poderoso, ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo la rumba en la calle, está poderoso, ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo la rumba en la calle, está poderoso, ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo la rumba en la calle. Pura noche a vacilar, combiné a rumbear, sabrosito bien moneado, salsita chicanear en combinado, con mi tumbao, bien picado, ojalá ves. Sabrosura es lo que quiero, ella quiere puro flow, la rumbita que yo quiero. Está bueno, pa. Ajá. Dale. Ajá. Ojalá ves. Ajá. Gózalo. Ajá. 1, 2, 3. Ajá. 1, 2, 3. Ajá. 1, 2, 3. Ajá. ¿Cómo fue? Sabrosura es lo que quiero. Ella quiere puro flow. La rumbita que yo quiero. Mi salsita y vacilón. Sabrosura es lo que quiero. Ella quiere puro flow. La rumbita que yo quiero. Vaya mambo. Juégalo. ¿Cómo es que es? Ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo la rumba en la calle, está poderoso, ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo la rumba en la calle, está poderoso, ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo.
Welcome back to the Giant Bombcast, the one podcast on the internet that is hosted on a website called giantbomb.com that has never gotten into any trouble with any type of adult toys.
Reverse dildo company.
Chef Grub, let's talk about some news.
Let's do it. Yes, hello.
Oh, maybe I
am-
shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, even if it's in a joking way. It's too late. I said it.
It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out
Sorry, Bacalar.
Pikmin 4 is getting that Switch shine. Pikmin 4 topped the weekly UK physical sales charts, selling 45% more than Pikmin 3 Deluxe did in 2020. The game has been well received, with critics praising its improvements and features. Meanwhile, Sims 4 Horse Ranch debuted at number 3 in the charts, following its release on July 20th. Tears of the Kingdom dropped to number 4, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe fell to number 5. Diablo 4 climbed its way to number 10 despite a 13% decrease in sales, while Jedi Survivor fell to 18 with a 60% decrease. That game's been out for a while, so yeah, I guess it makes some sense. And also a lot of big
And it
games. have come out.
sucks.
Oh, that's right. You really don't like it. You really don't like it. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that game.
Yeah. I can't. I think I just remember you saying you hate it. But I can't remember why. Is it just?
Because I don't think that Dark Souls and Uncharted makes for a good gameplay experience if you mush them together.
Oh, yeah, the first one definitely separate. Like it had both, but it separated them into do two different things. But then, yeah, this game seems to mesh it together a little bit. I'm gonna
Also,
go back to that game. I enjoyed
Jedi's
that. I played
taking
it.
fall damage? Are you goddamn kidding
Well,
me?
you gotta keep in mind he sucks.
He does suck. That's
Yeah.
true.
I
That's a big
love
part of his
having
character
Bailey
development.
around. It's great.
Street Fighter 6 saw a 65% increase in sales, bumping up to number 14. And Super Mario Odyssey moved from number 22 to number 17. And the Dark Souls trilogy experienced an 87% increase in sales at number 22 due to a Steam promotion. But going back to Pikmin 4, it is probably the fastest selling Pikmin game. Almost certainly, it probably will end up being the best selling Pikmin game. It is 45% faster than Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I think for Pikmin 3 for the Wii U, it's only about 15% faster, but that's for physical sales, and digital sales have grown a lot since the Wii U, and we don't know those digital numbers. So the assumption here is that, up to a third could be digital sales, maybe even more in the UK at least. And that would make this game easily the fastest selling Pikmin game. But that's like what we expect from Nintendo games coming to the Switch, right? They should be selling better than any of their predecessors for the most part, right?
Even
Especially
the
at this
install
point when-
base, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say the install base is just so ridiculous at this point. You would hope that you're going to be selling millions of copies, even if you are like one of these quote unquote smaller franchises there, like a Pikmin. But still, even like a Pikmin is bigger than an Advance Wars or something like that.
Yeah, and the big difference with the Switch compared to other Nintendo systems that have had huge install bases like the Wii, Switch owners buy games. Like the software attach rate way higher than any other previous Nintendo system that has this many consoles sold. And so that is
they're still buying Mario Kart 8
they're still
Deluxe,
buying,
apparently.
they'll never stop buying Mario Kart
Is that
8.
not just a 100% attach rate yet? I'm like,
I
man.
mean, it feels like. Remember, like when Breath of the Wild launched, and it was like more than a 100% attach rate.
That's right, for a
maybe Mario
second.
Kart 8 Deluxe is doing that. All right, Monster Energy Drink spills info on Modern Warfare 3. Further evidence suggests this year's Call of Duty game will be Modern Warfare 3. Images on Twitter show a potential promotion with Monster Energy Drinks featuring the game's logo and characters. The official Twitter account confirmed this, basically tweeting, "Woo, Mondays. Anyone have any energy drinks they can spare?" Basically saying, hey, we're in on the joke. Call of Duty 2023 is a continuation of last year's Modern Warfare 2, but this time developed by Sledgehammer Games. Your operators, weapons, and bundles from Modern Warfare 2 will carry over to the new title. Maps and modes from Modern Warfare 2 will also be included in the new game, and this is all from reporting from various sources. But yeah, this game's coming. They still haven't announced it yet. We're pretty late in the game for them. Normally they have announced a new Call of Duty by now, but this game probably is coming out in November. So.
Yeah, man, it's weird that we are just going to Modern Warfare 3. Like,
it's strange.
I know that. Yeah, like there's usually at least one in between, and I know what Vanguard between the last Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2 didn't like do nearly as well as a Modern Warfare.
Yes,
but it is so weird that even just releasing a yearly Call of Duty isn't good enough. It's gotta be a Modern Warfare specific, maybe a Black Ops if you're lucky.
Yeah, so I think what happened here is they were thinking about this maybe being the first year that they were going to take off.
That's what I thought.
So all this stuff was being made as expansion material for Modern Warfare 2, and then I think they kind of did a right turn at the last second. They're like, actually, we're making enough stuff. Let's just make a new campaign, make a new game, sell it for $70 again, because that's what we do. And we have, and we basically have everything ready. And here we are. Now, they haven't announced it yet, but we could probably expect that. I mean, in the next 2 weeks, I would say, maybe 3 weeks. So
you would think it has to be soon, and they
it's
could just do it
August.
whenever.
There's no way we get out of August without them announcing this game. I don't think. Insomniac is working on a third
I like
game.
how you excuse yourself because you were talking too excitedly.
Yeah, I just stumbled on Insomniac.
Yeah.
You interrupted
Insomniac is
yourself.
working on a third game. Insomniac Games is
Candy.
Yes, exactly. Insomniac Games is developing a third unannounced title along with Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine. Project director Aaron Eberhardt confirmed the unannounced project during a live stream at Full Sail University last September. The video for that just came out, and people saw this. Eberhardt, who previously worked on PlayStation Now as a project, and then worked at Sony Interactive Entertainment as a producer, is excited to be leading this AAA game project. They said Insomniac is known for the Ratchet and Clank series and is currently working on 2 Marvel titles. So I wonder what this game is. Probably Ratchet and Clank. That's what I talked to Jordan Midler about this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you guys have any other ideas?
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't. It could be. I feel like Ratchet is at a point where it's you get one of those per console.
That's kind of what I had that feeling too, but Jordan was so confident. I think he won me over, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's wrong. I think Jordan's wrong there.
Man.
I like Jordan Midler a lot. We're both Pokemon freaks. I also think Jordan's wrong.
Okay, so what do you guys think? Guys, are we going resistance on this?
No.
I mean, it could be. Insomniac has done random weird stuff before. I mean,
Sure.
I think it could be one of the many multiplayer games that Sony wants, right? They say they have a bunch of these in the works. And of course, I guess it could be a multiplayer Ratchet. We've kind of have had those. Ratchet Deadlocked on PlayStation 2 had
Yeah.
multiplayer mode.
But was
And then
All for One a multiplayer one?
That was a 4-player co-op multiplayer
Right,
game
that's
for
okay, that's what I
PlayStation
was
3 that
thinking, yeah.
nobody really liked very
Okay.
much. But because like, okay, so look, looking at this person's like stuff, right? He oversaw global program planning and execution for the live
think
and
it's- I
online
think it's
competitive
they,
ecosystem
Mike.
for Hearthstone esports for
Yes.
Aaron Eberhardt, right? So
Mhm.
I mean, it could be like a card game even or something like that. I don't think this is like the next big Ratchet and Clank game. I mean, the director for that would probably be like one of the Ratchet and Clank directors, or at least somebody who had more experience in that franchise.
Right,
Not
we
a new
haven't heard-
hire that's
Right,
been
we
at
haven't heard
Blizzard for
that
3
team
years.
in a while, actually, since Ratchet and Clank. So we don't know because Insomniac seems to have 3 main teams now. The teams that were doing Spider-Man and Miles Morales used to be one team. They've kind of splintered off into 2 teams, and now one is doing Spider-Man 2, and the other one's doing Wolverine. And then they have the Ratchet and Clank team kicking around. And then maybe this is something new. Is there a possibility that this is a Marvel multiplayer co-op game? Some people mentioned Spider-Verse.
So Dr. Ryan plucked this from my brain, and I think we're both poisoned by the same well. A Fantastic Four co-op game, I feel like in Insomniac's hands, I'd really enjoy.
I think Insomniac's the one studio that could really make that work.
Yeah. But thinking like what Mike had said, the folks that have publicly been involved, this is probably a games as a service. I mean, they have the tools for Ratchet already.
Yep.
So maybe Jordan Midler isn't wrong. I'm sorry, Jordan.
Sorry. I mean, they saw how Crash Team Rumble was popping off.
Oh, yeah.
They figured
Get in on that.
they gotta get in. I do like that game. actually.
Bailey, Fantastic Four, the most boomer of superheroes?
Don't you, Bailey?
Yes.
Bailey, we're friends now, okay?
Objectively.
Just your groan there when Fantastic Four
No,
came up. I'm like, yeah, this will be it.
I think there are boomer-er superheroes than Fantastic Four, but it's like we
Captain
get it.
America's literally a boomer. Well, actually, no, he's a
I mean,
great generation. He's not a boomer.
Honestly, frankly, if they put a fresh spin on it, it could be very Gen Z. It's like, oh, we get it. You're a polycule. Ooh.
I mean,
I
they
don't know what
tried.
that
They
means.
made the
I'm old
millennial.
now.
They made the millennial Fantastic Four movies, right? With
Yeah.
Human
Yeah, and
Torch
they were
having
great.
Michael
B.
Fantastic.
great. Chris
They were
Evans' millennial
so
energy was
good.
incredible. Did
No,
you
I wasn't
see?
talking about the Chris Evans one. I was talking
The
about
Miles Teller
one.
with
Jordan
the
one,
one
yeah.
with the kid from Whiplash.
That movie is just insane.
With Kate Mara's incredible
the
reshoots wig. Yeah.
And it's so great because not only is it obvious it's a reshoot because of the wig, but it's obvious because it's the only they're the only scenes in the movie with like jokey dialogue. Like it's obvious what these reshoots are for.
It's like maybe one of the funnier viewing experiences of my life. I did see it in theaters, and I had we drank every time we saw the wig. It was a
Oh my
very.
God.
I don't remember the end of the movie.
I think during like all the rumbling of like the Snyder cut coming out, I think the director of that movie was like, "Whoa, guys,
Josh
like
Trank, yeah.
Josh Trank." It's like, guys,
Right.
you should see what I really intended for Fantastic Four. It's
And everyone was
completely
like,
different.
"Thank you,
Josh.
that's fine, Josh."
Was Josh Trank another person who was supposed to
Yes.
do a Star Wars movie?
Absolutely, yes, he was.
Why can't we do a Star
Him,
Wars movie
Colin
then?
Trevorrow.
Well, we could start it, but they'll just replace us when we have ideas. So
Of course,
yeah,
with
Colin
Ron Howard.
Trevorrow lost his because of Book of Henry, the worst movie I've ever
Uh-huh.
seen.
Book of Henry is an all-time classic bad movie.
I watched that
love
on
that shit.
stream. It is like the Raise Your Voice starring Hilary Duff of movies.
Is that on
The
Prime
what?
Video? If that's
What?
on Prime Video, is that
It's
on Prime
not.
Video?
It's not.
It
okay.
isn't. I don't
Okay.
tell anyone, but I did have to use totally legal methods to
Sure,
watch
okay.
it.
Wow.
Fantastic.
It is on
Sponsor us, NordVPN.
Netflix.
Do it.
All right, let's head up this next story here. Project Q seemingly runs on Android. Images of PlayStation's upcoming Project Q handheld have surfaced online, showing the device and internal components. The images suggest that Project Q will be Android-based, potentially allowing for modding to run on other game streaming services, as well as emulators and ROMs and things like that. Project Q is a dedicated device that enables streaming games from a PS5 console over remote connection to using Wi-Fi. The device features an 8-inch screen that's 1080p and has all the buttons because it's just a DualSense controller, what's been split in half with the screen in the middle. I am continuing to be like, I will buy this thing almost no matter what. I think if it's $350, I don't think it will be that expensive. But if it's that expensive, probably not. But if it's that's 300 or less,
Man,
I'm gonna get it.
That's almost enough for one GameCube game.
Yes, almost. Oh boy. But I don't know. Having Android installed and like that being the operating system makes it like maybe a little bit more valuable because you can install emulators. Even if it doesn't have like the Google Play Store, you'd be able to sideload those pretty simply. So,
But Grub,
yeah.
at this point in your life,
Okay,
how
we don't
many?
have to talk about
no,
it.
no. How many devices have you already sideloaded stuff onto that you need another
mean,
one?
Wow, people should rob Jeff and steal those from him. That's a funny joke.
A lot. Yeah, I have a lot. Like more like double digit. Like, yeah, double digit. In the back room there, I got a couple drawers filled with things like that. And yet, what if I did it again?
I don't know if I could justify $300 though, unless it's a really nice
probably gonna
screen.
be 200.
Yeah, me neither.
Shut up, Mike.
He's popping himself now.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just like, oh man, money, that's nothing to me. I'm Mike
No,
Minotti.
oh, come on. All right. No.
Yeah, no, it's a joke, everybody. He's very poor. Don't rob
I'm
him.
very poor and humbly like.
Yes. It'll be easier for Mike Minotti to get through the eye of a needle or whatever the saying is. I can't remember.
Than for a rich man to enter heaven. You got
Yes,
it, Jeff.
exactly.
I knew you had the heart of a Christian
Yeah,
in
I
you
went
all
to Sunday
along.
school a couple times.
Heart of a Christian.
the heart of the cards. It's like that, right?
Exactly.
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh, right? We talked about Yu-Gi-Oh earlier.
Yeah, it's exactly like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
Don't
my
encourage
grandpa's deck has no weak cards, Jan Ochoa.
On
right,
Kaiba?
God
Okay.
himself has a blue eyes white dragon. His name is Jesus Christ.
Ubisoft isn't going to delete your games. Ubisoft clarified today or this morning, late last night, that it won't inactivate accounts with purchased games. A Twitter user claimed to receive an email warning of potential account closure if it didn't click on and reactivate the account before they decided to nuke it. Ubisoft's Twitter support seemingly confirmed the closure, leading to players being very concerned. Ubisoft explained that it was doing this for legal reasons because inactive accounts sometimes violate GDPR, of like keeping people's data for too long without their permission. Accounts with purchased PC games, however, are not going to be eligible for deletion. They 100% confirm that, which makes sense. The GDPR wouldn't be like, oh, you delete people's purchases. They'd be like, yeah, if you're just keeping people's information for free or whatever, I could see that being a reason to delete stuff. But not if they have actual things that they bought. But if you are worried about this, if you've have achievements on Ubisoft that you care about for some insane reason, the time period is 4 years. So if you haven't logged into your Uplay account in 4 years, you might be up for deletion. So keep that in mind. The other side of this, Ubisoft is deleting games.
Wait a minute.
Actually, hang on. Let me double check something real quick if I can do this still yet. Because this one I said I would hold off on until a friend said it's okay. Let me just check this website. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is.
Dang.
Okay, we're good. Ubisoft is canceling Immortals Phoenix Rising, the sequel. I talked about this previously.
No.
Yes, that's how I feel too, because the first game was okay-ish.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. It was trying to do Breath of the Wild with the Greek god pantheon, and
It had the most they've got jokes energy I've ever seen in the
yes,
game.
it does. And they wouldn't shut up the two gods, or not even they weren't even gods.
One of them's a Titan,
Yes, exactly.
Prometheus. And
Prometheus. And was it the other one not even a guy? Is it like Socrates or some shit? I don't know. Plato?
No, it was Prometheus. It was Prometheus, the Titan.
Okay.
The guy who gave us fire.
Fair enough.
The one who keeps getting his liver ate by a bird.
Thank
Yes.
you, Bailey. Yes. I'm
Yeah.
glad someone here is classically educated.
Listen, I made a Daedalus joke in right off the bat in my Gollum trailer. You know I'm gonna get
There we
that
go.
Greek mythology obsession I had in 6th grade in somewhere.
Anyway, they are canceling this new game that was going to take people to the Polynesian islands instead.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
John
Yes.
Drake, come on. Just get them, talk to them, make a Moana game out of these assets. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. It's probably just like a one button click to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then remake Quackshot.
Okay. All right. I was in a conversation recently, right? And so I need folks to keep in mind I'm a brown person from the Bay Area. Someone was having a conversation with me about polyamory and it's like, hey, do you know any couples that like dabble in poly? And then I was like, yeah, I know tons of couples that dabble in poly. And I was like, really? Like, you know any I could hit up to like just, experiment. I'm like, I mean, there's classes in Poly here in the Bay Area. I know a couple teachers, and it's like, yo, there's teachers in Poly here? Wow. And then I had to tell him, wait. Do you mean Polynesian dancing?
Jan!
They did not mean Polynesian dancing.
No, apparently not.
Jan, I almost want to say that like the first question they asked was really more like, are you Poly?
Are you getting hit on?
I think you were getting invited to be in a throuple.
Did
man,
they notice
again?
your energy from across the room?
Again?
Yeah.
This keeps happening.
I mean, look at him. He's got that fetching. Is that an ascot? Ascot on? What would you call that?
It's a
What's the little thing?
bandana.
And you were implying that you know tons of people who are implies to me that the person read it as, yes, you are Poly, but you're rejecting them.
If someone asked me about the Poly, I would think they're talking about the Polynesian resort in Walt Disney World.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Has anyone thought about that? In a while?
I think about it like daily. I have a replica sign of the Polynesian in my living room, I'll have you know.
Okay, I'm sorry for derailing, Grub.
No, I appreciate it. I would have it no other way. Ubisoft's canceled a bunch of games this year. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Frontline, Splinter Cell VR, Project Q, Hyperscape. Project Q, that's a mistype. Hyperscape, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Patriots, all stuff that people deeply care about. And that none of that's coming back. But I think this one actually, I'm bummed out about. I think, taking that, like the bones of what they did with Phoenix Rising and putting it in a more interesting setting, I think could have gone a long way.
Because it was a fun game, and like I remember thinking the sort of platforming elements of it actually felt really good. There just wasn't, and I think the Polynesian setting would be way more interesting than what it was at that time. I remember because Immortals Phoenix Rising came out like the same time Hades was popping off, and Hades just had such a more interesting representation and interpretation of those characters and that much better art style. And, like the whole thing Phoenix was hoping on was its jokes, and it just wasn't a funny game. Like, that's the risk. If you want to be a funny game and you're not funny, that kind of derails everything. So if you, like, change the direction there a bit, I think the Polynesian setting would have been really cool, would have looked really pretty. Yeah, I think there's definitely some... there could have been a future in this, and it is a bit of a bummer. We're not going to see... We've seen series before that don't pop off until the second game.
Exactly.
This might have been that.
Yes, I mean, Assassin's Creed 1 popped off because of the marketing, but Assassin's Creed 2 is actually where that series happened. Like, Ubisoft's done this a bunch of times. Maybe they just... Well, I mean, we have Yves Guillemot, like, saying basically, and I'm going to paraphrase here, I'm not going to read the exact quote, that they are trying to get these games out of the way of their other games. And then he says what I think is the real... He says, well, yeah, got to get out of the way, Sea of Thieves.
No, Skull and Bones.
Bonesaw.
Yes, that's right.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah, my bad.
Bonesaw.
He's got to say the other, which is the real reason, which is we have a lot of games that need content that are coming out and need support long term. And I think a lot of these studios that are working on these other projects are getting sucked into those bigger projects, and now that's what they do. Okay, next story. Blizzard's games are coming to Steam. Blizzard Entertainment will bring a selection of its PC games to Steam eventually. They're starting with Overwatch 2, which will be the first Blizzard title available on the platform with a release of August 10th. Players on Steam will need to connect their Battle.net account for crossplay and other features. Blizzard's decisions aims to offer players the choice of platform and meet their expectations. That's their reasoning. Also, Overwatch 2 not doing very well. So this is an opportunity to like get it in front of people who weren't going to download Battle.net ever. Gabe Newell was like, very excited about this. We like it when free-to-play shooters come on our service because we make a lot of money from those games. I don't think that's exactly what he said.
Ooh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's play TF2.
Oh, yeah. It's popping off again.
Can we play Team Fortress Classic?
You want to do Classic?
Wow.
That was like my first like online shooter was Team Fortress Classic. Yes, I know I'm old, but man, beat young Mikey, like 11, playing Team Fortress Classic. The Two Fort, the Well 2. Good times. Watching Digimon on while I'm doing that. Those were the days.
We don't have to watch Digimon, do we?
Yes, we do.
Excuse me. A banger of a theme, dog.
Like a loser.
I forgot who I was surrounded by. So I'm sorry. And
Yeah, we're gonna
Sean
watch
in chat as
Digimon,
well.
and we're all gonna cry when Patamon digivolves into Angemon and sacrifices himself. Okay?
Okay.
How do I remember that
Sure.
name? How do I remember Patamon?
You are the Patamon of the crew. That's why.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not for
That's the
nothing,
first.
but speaking of TF2, I do want to say that like when we played Exoprimal the other week, that was the first time I've ever been able to play an online shooter
What?
because
Really?
because I can't do the voice chat without getting like yelled at.
Oh,
Like
sure.
I'm not,
Oh.
Yeah,
not
of course.
skilled enough to like pull off being in those without getting yelled at.
Man, that sounds like
So-
everything's kind of fucked up.
That sounds like
Everything's
fucking
pretty
hell.
fucked up. So I do
Yeah.
want to say that if you guys do it, can I play with you?
Absolutely.
Of
That is-
course.
now I feel like a responsibility. So yes,
Thank
definitely.
you,
We would,
women in gaming.
we would appreciate your presence. That would be great.
I just don't like getting yelled at. It's already
Yeah.
a stressful gaming situation.
Anyway, have you met Mike Minotti? Mike, now just try not to yell at her for the rest of the episode.
I would never.
All right. Let's
Every
see
time
here.
Mike's been mean to me, I've taken it really personally, and
Oh,
I'm
wow,
gonna cry after
okay,
this.
whoa,
Yeah,
no
I knew, I could
way.
tell.
He's so mean all the time.
Oh,
He sends
come
me the
on.
meanest messages.
The
He
meanest.
calls
You're
me
a portal potty.
potty.
You like that. You like being called a portal potty. You responded LOL. Smiley face.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm moving us on.
All right.
Resident Evil 4 Remake is series' fastest to 5 million since 2009. The Resident Evil 4 Remake has reached 5 million sales, which is a significant milestone. It achieved this in a relatively short period after its release in March 24 of this year for PS4, PS5, Xbox Series X, and S and PC. Comparatively, Resident Evil Village took almost 6 months to reach that same sales figure. So we're talking 3 to 4 months for Resident Evil 4 Remake to do that. About half the time almost. Capcom, of course, is planning to kind of keep this game going with the VR mode getting released for PlayStation VR 2, which should give it a little bit of a bump. I'm not expecting huge things for that. But this is, with this perspective, because Mike, we talked about this, and I think we were like, I thought it would sell a little bit faster.
I thought the same thing. I think we're used to looking at Switch numbers.
Switch, yes, exactly. I think Switch numbers, and then maybe some of those late gen PS4 exclusives that would do like 10 million and
Right.
like in that same amount of time. Hearing that this is the fastest selling since 2009, what would that mean? Resident Evil
That's
6?
freaking Resident Evil 6, which is somehow like
disgusting. Yes,
they must be shipped. They must have just shipped a stupid number of those games. I
That's
don't know.
probably a
Nobody
big part of
likes
that.
that game. I don't
Yeah.
understand how that is this massive seller.
Yeah,
That's the
I
giraffe
agree.
blowjob one, right?
Yes, yeah, because you think about a 6, that's just a giraffe getting a blowjob if you think about it long
like-
enough. Yeah. So I that's okay. That's good numbers for this game. It probably is going to be the best-selling Resident Evil in the long run, if that's the case. 6 is no longer the top one, which is good, but it was for a very long time, I think.
6 was for a while, but I think 2 remake did really well.
Yeah.
7 actually is a really big seller because it kept
Yes.
selling for a long time. But I mean, it's like we're kind of at the place where all of these, as long as they deliver, and they usually do, like Resident Evil 3 remake was a remake of not like one of the more popular ones, and also a remake that was missing content. So that's going to be an outlier. But Resident Evil 4 remake is just so ridiculously good. It's a remake of maybe the most beloved entry in
Yeah.
the series.
You got to think, Mike. We got enough. We could put a good amount of listeners to this podcast. There's a strong chance that a large percentage of them have never looked at the Resident Evil 6 logo and saw the giraffe blowjob. So imagine
Oh.
how they felt when you just like yelled, "That's the giraffe blowjob one."
I just thought that was like part of like gamer canon.
No. No.
Look that up. Just look up the Resident Evil 6 logo. It looks like the Toys R Us mascot getting,
Do not
something.
besmirch Jeffrey like that.
Oh, what's wrong with Jeffrey's having a nice time?
He wasn't
Jeffrey-
a mascot, he was the president. He earned that position.
My mom
different.
signed up for a Toys R Us credit card so I could get a T-shirt as a child.
Jeffrey's just looking for those poly classes, right?
Bailey, were you the same as me? Whenever that Toys R Us holiday catalog came around, it was like fucking Christmas. Just looking at the catalog.
Circle what you want, boys and girls.
Oh, I definitely love to look at them, but like I don't celebrate Christmas. So like it was like Hanukkah in that I would circle it and my parents would just give me gift cards.
Yeah.
Oh no! I already got into trouble last time I was on a show because I kept like asking
Besmirching
Bacalar
Judaism,
about
yes.
his Christmas traditions, and I found out he had a Christmas. They had like 3 Christmas trees actually, so
Uh-huh.
right.
My
But they
only
can still be
Christmas
on our
tradition
Christmas
is-
album though.
Thank you. I do have Christmas traditions. Every Christmas day I get lit on a Bloody Mary bar. So
Yeah.
like and watch like a really bad Hallmark Christmas movie.
That's
This
the spirit,
sounds great.
basically, the holiday.
Is it too
Right.
stereotypical to say, do you order Chinese food? Because that sounds like a
I
great
have
time.
it the night before. That's my
Fucking
Christmas
hell.
Eve
Yes,
dinner.
yes,
I
I
have
love
like
that.
a set like thing that I do, and
I-
so I do have traditions. I just
Honestly,
don't
my,
celebrate. the
yeah, my
holiday.
Christmas Eve tradition is to go get hibachi now. We go to get hibachi every
love
year.
that.
Yes, that's very fun. We got to have a good time.
I sit by my fireplace and wait for Santa.
Armored Core 6 box photo reportedly reveals online multiplayer details. A photo of the Armored Core 6 game box suggests multiplayer details have been revealed. The game will support online multiplayer for 2 to 6 players, and up to 9 people can participate at the same time if you include the spectators, which sounds actually pretty fun. The game, of course, was announced last year. They haven't given us too many more details, although an Armored Core 6 live stream has been announced for Tuesday. From Software will showcase the new Armored Core 6 Fires of the Rubicon gameplay during a live stream on Tuesday with a promise of a 12-minute gameplay briefing that will air on July 25th at
That's-
7 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern.
That already happened, Jeff.
Did it really?
Yes,
Is
that's
this, oh,
today.
I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, that's today. All right,
Okay.
that must have just happened. Hey,
We
listen,
did it.
I wrote this morning before I knew what day it was. Everybody, you got to keep that in mind.
I watched the stream. It looked really good. I've never been super into like all the deep lore for all the items in Soulsborne games.
Right.
I want to do the opposite for Armored Core. I hope every little component of a robot has some rich lore
Oh.
of like.
You want
all
to
right,
get to the armored lore.
Oh.
okay, that's good. That's good.
Oh,
Bravo,
yeah, that's good.
bravo.
Podcast
Bailey, write
one.
that down for a future Honest Game trailer.
He's lobbying for podcast.
I
points.
might.
I think he earned a little. If you
Yeah,
want to,
yeah.
Jan, I'm just saying that's my opinion. I know I
You
can't dish
know,
him out.
Mike, 50 podcast points.
Oh man, I thought he was gonna go one. Man, all right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay. So that video's out. I wonder if it's the same briefing that we got at Summer Game Fest. I haven't
Oh,
seen
I
this, so
could
have
see
to-
that. The behind
I-
closed doors one that we
Yeah,
saw.
I think it was about 12 minutes, so that sounds about right. But either way, it does look very cool.
This game comes out in a month today. That's insane.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, for everything that they showed at Summer Game Fest, yeah, it was like, okay, this is a game that's coming. It did not feel like a game that was coming later
Right.
this summer.
Like it was behind closed doors, like you all better be quiet. I'm like, this game's coming out in 2 months, right? It is
Yes.
weird how secretive they're being. Again, like, yeah, a game that's out imminently.
Now, this is From Software, and there are definitely the From Software like hits. Like you have basically an Estus flask. You're gonna have 3 repair kits instead, and they're basic. I think there's basically bonfires and stuff like that. But the movement, everything, the way you're interacting in the fights, it's all Armored Core,
Yeah.
and not really like a
Right. It's still
Soulsborne
like
game.
level based, not like a big
Level
open
based,
world. kind of
exactly.
thing.
Right. So it's like they are sprinkling in a few things that I think they just think are really good gameplay designs, good gameplay mechanics. And I think I agree. I like the idea of having 3 repair kits. That feels like a good balance of like stress management. And then they're going to keep all the Armored Core stuff, including the multiplayer, which apparently has been a thing for the series.
Yeah.
I've never been an Armored Core guy, so. But yeah, apparently since the beginning they've had some form of multiplayer. So,
Mission-based game? That sounds great.
yeah, these days, hell yeah, let's go.
Let's all really get into Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
Okay, I was actually just thinking
All
about
right.
playing that yesterday. Like,
Actually, that'll probably get re-released very soon. That'll almost certainly be in that Volume 2 of the Metal Gear Solid
oh
collection.
yeah, yes. What
Our
else are we
time will
gonna put in
come.
there? Yeah.
I'm not playing it with Dan.
Bailey, what are you doing?
There you go.
Yeah, Bailey, we need a new co-op partner, and I'm not saying we're going to get rid of anyone, but we're getting rid of Dan Reichert. So if
okay,
you want to
cool.
come be our new co-op partner, that'd be great.
I
Yeah.
would love that because honestly, like when we played games together for the first time at DreamHack, I was like really intimidated and really nervous. I'm like, oh, these guys have been like games journalists
Didn't you
forever.
destroy us in Mario Party?
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
I didn't lose a single game against you guys. I also
Yeah.
did Mario Maker competition, and I had never
Wow.
played Mario Maker before.
Wow,
Exactly.
that's embarrassing.
Right.
You wouldn't beat me, but good job beating those
Sure,
guys.
yeah, totally.
You
Well,
lost
that's what Dan
3
said about Mario
games.
Party too.
Like, you lost every match of Mortal Kombat to Emma. So let's
They're not the
let's
same
be real.
person.
But that was my
Emma will
first time
kill
playing
you at
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat 1.
It was her first time too.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Uh,
She has ins.
Spider-Man 2 marketing kicks off with branded PS5 and DualSense. PlayStation and Insomniac Games premiered a new Spider-Man 2 trailer at San Diego Comic-Con, revealing a special edition PS5 console and controller. As part of the trailer, we saw that Peter Parker and Miles Morales, surprise, are struggling with the balance between their superhero lives and their personal lives.
Wouldn't you maybe like one Spider-Man story where it's like they're doing all right?
I do want that, but I get like this is the character. Like this
I
is
get
super duper what the character's always been. So I'm not complaining too much about that. Honestly, I thought the trailer was pretty good. Like they held emotional beats really hard, and now I'm like way more excited for that game than I was for the gameplay trailer that went way too long at SGF. Or I'm sorry, the PlayStation Showcase. But in terms of the branded PS5 and DualSense, it's like a Venom is taking over the Spider-Man logo. It looks pretty cool if you're into that sort of thing. The
You're
nice
into
thing,
that Venom sort of thing.
Yeah, listen, I don't know. I think I go back and forth on
like
Venom.
a kink. Like,
I go back and forth on Venom. Venom is kind of a kink because it's like the '90s Spawn, Todd McFarlane stuff.
Yo,
And, like,
Yeah, I didn't know that Venom is basically just Spawn, and I think I don't like Venom anymore.
that's fair.
yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I
my
like
only
Venom when he's like symbiote to Gwen Stacy. Like that to me is such a perfect intersection.
Yeah.
is that a thing they
because-
do?
Oh yeah, the Gwenom series. Yeah. Oh, it's cool too. Like
I mean-
she's such a. The thing that you don't really get in Spider-Verse in the comics is she's just a huge idiot who just punches stuff really hard. And so the Venom symbiote stuff works really well for her because she's like a mess of a human being.
Oh, she like
essentially.
me for real.
And there's a
She's in a band
Gwenpool-
with a cat. They have a cat named Murderface. Like she's just a cool person who totally deserves to have a cool symbiote.
And there's a Gwenpool, so like they just
Yeah.
take Gwen's. I like how there's this character that was just like killed off to give like Peter Parker an emotional story beat, and now
So,
she's like,
a frigid woman in a comic book, yes, and now she actually has the whole thing going on.
now she's like 3 of our best characters now.
All right. There's a pizza scented Xbox controller because God has abandoned us. Xbox is celebrating the upcoming release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which is a movie that's coming out very soon, with an exclusive pizza scented Xbox wireless controller. The controllers come in 4 variations representing each of the turtles. Fans can enter to win the controllers by following Xbox Game Pass on Twitter and retweeting the official Xbox Game Pass sweepstakes tweet from July 24th through August 13th. So you can go do that right now.
Cool.
And they're going to have in-person events and stuff, whatever. But basically this controller is, the controller itself is green, looks turtly, and then a piece of pizza, a plastic pizza, like connects to the back and emits pizza smells.
Hell yeah.
Nah, is it cheese pizza?
Yeah, like what kind of pizza?
Well, I mean, they're kids.
different
I think
pizzas
it's
smell
pepperoni.
different.
I think it's pepperoni pizza.
Oh, we can't get
Dude,
into
that's
this
the
on this
worst
show.
smell.
I'm holding back.
Nope.
I think pepperoni pizza smells amazing in the context of eating pepperoni pizza. Like
Yeah.
otherwise, I don't. That's a very aggressive smell for just
Yeah,
a thing
there's
to smell like.
like a funky, like a spiciness, and not like a good kind of spiciness to the odor. Like
very
ooh, something
oily.
smells like a little spicy in here.
Yeah.
Like that kind of spiciness.
I
like
don't
eating
like
it.
mixing. Yeah, I like eating it. I don't like mixing food with anything else. And you guys can take that wherever you
No,
want. But
I agree. It's
Yes.
yeah, food's kind of gross outside the
Yeah.
context of I need it for nourishment. I don't
Right.
like watching people eat.
well, just
I,
think about it. You're like your mouth is like
I
basically
don't like
a
to
blender.
hear people eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's like you're mixing up all the goop and the sustenance and stuff, and it's
yeah,
all
it's
a mush.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about that like Disney Channel original movie Stepsister from Planet Weird when she's
Sure.
like preparing the food for the party and she just puts all this like beautiful food right in a blender. She's like, why? It's all going in the same place. I'm like, God, you're so right for that. She's just like me for real.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
Love that.
exactly.
This controller looks like the way that I think most of these special controllers look, which is very ugly.
Yes,
Which again
I
is
think
why
I
I'm so
agree.
grateful for like that Starfield controller that
Oh,
actually
man,
looks
it's so
really
good.
nice.
And there's the
love this
headset, which I had to
thing,
I had to take this away from my kids because my kids think it looks cool because they go rainbow.
Yeah, me too, bros. Yeah. Thanks.
There you go. Did you bring that to Barbie where you're blowing bubbles? That Barbie?
I should have.
That
Yeah,
would have
you
been a hit.
definitely
I
should
think
have.
I'm gonna bring
actually.
this to Oppenheimer.
Let's go. That's incredible.
When the bomb goes off and everything's
Bomb
silent,
goes
just
off,
cut,
I'm
cut,
I'm
cut,
gonna
cut,
go.
cut.
I hardly know her.
She's got one of those hand clackers. Everybody. Oh my god, incredible. What do you call that? What would you call that, Jeff?
I would call that a noisemaker, but you're right, a hand clapper noisemaker. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I like it.
I've
All
got
right.
just a full thing of like props and noisemakers over
Yeah,
here.
you're a carrot
you-
top. We've always said this.
Oh, you beat me
Yeah.
to the carrot top joke. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
we
Mike.
should get everyone
Can we
Wait
go
till you see
back?
what I do with this watermelon, though.
We should get everyone
You-
slide whistles for the holidays.
Oh, that's a beautiful idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it will break this show, but we should definitely still do it. All right. Danny
Food,
posted
audio
a
poison.
Wait,
Yes.
was that a flight whistle or was that Tim Allen in Home Improvement?
Both? Tim Allen, the human slide whistle.
Power.
Oh, guess who was at the Youngstown Comic Con? It was the girl who played like the lady on
man.
Tool Time.
I was gonna say Al Borland, and now I'm disappointed. But
no, it's like the woman who says like it's Tool Time, right? At the
Yes.
beginning. She's doing the convention circuit.
Sure.
She was very lovely by all accounts. She went around all the tables and was like asking people questions. So yeah, good on her.
Yeah, shout out to Heidi. Danny posted a 1080p version of Sony's 2006 press conference over on
Let's
his
go.
No Clip Game History Archive channel. It looks really good. I think we should watch this, Mike. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I remember like streaming this probably on GameSpot.com or IGN or something in
I
2006.
think I watched it on G4 at that time. But yes, same.
This was, and I remember it just went on. It's like 2 hours long. And this was like that weird time where they still like, it was almost like half an investor call. Like they would have slides.
Yes, that was
like
what Sony used to do.
Yeah. And then like all these, it's funny because like everyone knows like the meme 10-minute cut of it. But again, this is a 2-hour show. A 2-hour show. Yeah, but you have the Genji Giant Enemy Crab. You have a Ridge Racer, $599. This is just man. It really, it's funny how like these things are important. Like this really did kind of set the tone for the PlayStation 3's early struggles that it eventually rebounded from, thanks to Ken Butler or whatever his name was, right? All his
Damn, what was his name? Kevin Butler.
Kevin Butler, yeah, he
Yes.
turned things around there, and also was on the commercials. That's really impressive.
I can't tell if you're doing the bit. I think you're doing the bit.
I'm doing a bit. I know he's not.
Good.
I know he
You
didn't
really
actually
sold
work
it.
there.
You actually worked me
you.
on that one. That was good. Okay.
Yeah, get
He's
worked.
kind of very earnest.
Yeah, it was super earnest. And I
Get
was
worked,
like,
Marks.
Yeah, apparently.
Now who's gullible?
Yeah.
Is a lot of good stuff going up on that No Clip Archive channel, including Jack Tretton introducing Ludacris doing a rap for like 5 minutes or whatever, and that is an incredible thing. It's like so HD that you can see
Aggressively
the
HD.
Yes, aggressively HD. You can see like the pores and the sweat on Jack Tretton's face, and I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. And then Ludacris comes out, and it's a hell of a thing.
I mean, there are also like actual interesting things there. Like you get the first look at Uncharted ever, and Drake's wearing like his different shirt that they brought back when they had young Drake in Uncharted 3, right? Like it's really interesting. It's really cool, but it is also like misguided.
Hey, those tapes mostly came from like the GameSpot offices, right?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
It was fun. Like I just remember like hearing a conversation like when we were at SGF, like those tapes. I think Danny's gonna do something with them. Like, oh, okay. And then like a couple weeks later, this is all happening. Like, oh, this is pretty neat. All right, I guess this makes sense. Better. It's better than those tapes getting thrown out or anything.
Yes.
So fantastic.
I just a little peek behind the curtain. One of the times we had to move up a floor, different building. I don't fucking remember at this point. I had to make considerable decisions to throw away gear for these tapes.
Yep.
So
Good.
I'm glad.
You did the right thing.
Sacrifices you've made.
Yes. Gimbals aplenty, cables. I'm like,
Oh man.
I got gadgets and gimbals aplenty.
No, not anymore.
Oh Jesus. All right.
What
Last
thing I'm a Bob's? I got
last
20.
story. This is the most important one. The Dash Rendar watch is on.
What?
We are on a watch for Dash Rendar.
Dash watch.
Dash Watch is here. Dash Watch 2023. Star
Dash
Wars
Watch.
Outlaws takes place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, just like Shadows of the Empire. And that means that Dash Rendar could feasibly show up in that game. Let's fucking go.
Well, you can get an outfit in Jedi Survivor that's very clearly inspired by Dash Rendar.
but they have inspired costumes
There's
for
a
like
Kyle
everything.
Katarn one also,
yes.
but the Dash Rendar is very Dash Rendar. Ooh. I mean, they brought back the blue guy, and everybody seemed really happy about that. So they've been bringing back some legacy characters. General Thrawn, thank you.
Okay.
I
all
remembered.
right.
General.
I'm
You
just
guys
excited
didn't
about
know
the
who I was
sexy
talking
droid.
about?
I was like, I'm going to see Blue Man Group this week. I don't think that's what
Oh,
he's talking
the sexy
about.
trench coat droid.
The sexy trench coat droid. Why is he wearing a trench coat? Is he cold? I don't care.
Oh yeah, we got it. Who cares? You got to fuck him. Like, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Get
I
that
finished.
hot droid a
I finished-
blinky.
I finished Jedi Survivor and I was like, I'm never playing another goddamn Star Wars game, which I know is a lie. I literally have to do
Of
it for
course.
work. But in my heart, it felt real. And then that trailer came out and I was like, sexy droid in a trench coat. They got me and they're cheating.
Outlaws is looking so good. I am also just obsessed with that character's hair. I don't know why. I really love
Yeah.
her hair.
Stress
Yeah,
effects.
she's so cool.
It's
Yeah,
good.
she's
It's
really
good.
cool.
It's good hair. Yeah.
It's fantastic hair. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with people with good hair.
Hi, bud.
Damn
All
it.
right, that's all the news that I have. I'm handing this show over back to our host Ken. Here you go, Ken.
Thanks, Ken. Well, it seems like this show needs to go outside and get aired out yet again. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with some emails, perhaps some shout outs, and something else maybe.
La rumba en la calle, tan poderoso, ritmo sabroso, como yo gozo. La rumba en la calle, tan poderoso, ritmo sabroso. Ajá, ritmo sabroso. Ritmo sabroso. Ritmo sabroso.
Welcome back to the Giant Bombcast. Mike, you were going to say something?
Do they know it's Christmas time at all? That's
Bombcast, thegiantbomb.com is the email address to send your emails to. I read all of them. I appreciate all of them. I print them out, and then I put them on my refrigerator over there.
Oh, no, I messed up the joke. It's do they know it's pizza time at all?
I was going to say,
That's just the
those are
normal
just the lyrics to
version.
the song, Mike. I'm like, over
That's
here,
just
like,
the normal, yeah, right, yeah.
I'm like, you hurt my brain. But also, okay, wait, just go. Do they know it's Christmas time at all? What the fuck is that song? Are they like,
Oh, it's
hey, in
great.
Africa, do
Notably
they even
bad
have
one.
Bibles? Is that what that song is?
But like,
Yeah,
Mike, a pitch for you though. Do they know it's turtle time is like right there.
Yeah, I think we thought
Oh.
about it, but they
He's
say
like,
pizza
"Listen,
time a lot too,
Don't
right?
criticize my art, please.
Sure. Sure.
Look, I don't tell you how to do your honest game trailer.
You
You
literally
do.
do.
I
You
do.
literally do.
Actually, I do. I have good ideas. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I blew it on that one. But I think the implication of that song is that they're all too poor and like worried about like
Yeah, that
eating
seems
to
like
think
an
about
issue.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
definitely racist. It's a
Why
Why
racist
can't
song.
why can't they just forget the systemic issues keeping them in poverty and like spend a lot of money at Toys R Us or whatever?
Right. Yeah. Contribute to the economy. Damn.
Alec writes in, will we ever get another single-player Phantasy Star game? Thanks, Alec.
Man, that would rule. It's so weird, like because they have Atlas right there at Sega, and they make all these really cool RPGs, but they are of a very specific flavor. There's like some sci-fi stuff there, but man, like Phantasy Star is still like I think probably the best pure sci-fi JRPG. Even Star Ocean, even though it's called Star Ocean, the sci-fi elements in those are often very light. And then like what else? You got Xenosaga, which is just a lot. I think
Let's
Xenosaga is too
go.
much for most people.
No.
Xenosaga like
Dive
space
into it.
religion stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cosmos, what's her name? Kamos or whatever?
Yeah. I think Cosmos is how you pronounce it,
Cosmos,
probably.
yeah. Xenosaga. I mean, even with like all these freaks popping off about Xenoblade and Xenogears, you don't hear a lot of Xenosaga talks these days. But man, it is actually kind of nuts to me that we haven't gotten like a Phantasy Star 5.
I mean, so there was a rumor yesterday that they're gonna make a new fucking Altered Beast. If they could do Altered Beast, they could do a Phantasy Star.
You're
Come
right.
on.
That is messed up. Like,
Yes.
you know, you have Skies of Arcadia and Phantasy Star right there. You're gonna make a new like I even defend
Skies of
Altered Beast a
Arcadia,
bit.
Jesus.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean they have these great RPG franchises. So you know, I get that SMT is good, but maybe we only need the mainline SMT and Persona. Maybe we don't need Soul Hackers 2 or whatever that one was. That seems like
No,
it
we
really
don't
came
need
and
Soul
went.
Hackers too.
I have such a resentment for that game. Quick sidebar because it broke my computer.
Ooh,
Oh,
It
Jesus.
did.
It hacked
I
your
have
those are the
computer.
demons.
I, for work-related reasons, needed to download a version of it that wasn't like fully ready to be sold yet. And it was maybe had only been run on a dev computer before. And my poor gaming PC tried its hardest, but it just blew out the audio to the degree that I can no longer record voiceover on my actual PC. I have to go sit in a closet with my laptop.
Whoa, that's
Fun.
crazy.
Unable to fix it. I don't know what happened, but I think it like broke an actual part of my computer.
That's
So-
incredible.
I imagine the real game that came out did not do that, and the game did seem fun, but I was so deep in the throes of my resentment that I couldn't see past it.
What they should do,
Mhm.
not to just suddenly jerk things back to Phantasy Star.
Oh, you don't want to
Doing
talk
it.
about my broken computer? Whatever.
Oh,
No,
man.
that's real
Dude.
sad. I hope it gets better.
I hope so too, man.
They should remake Phantasy Star 4 because that is a fantastic game.
Sure.
Yes, that's the one.
That has a pretty bad translation, and it's the only translation of it we've ever had. It's one of those translations where everything's written in like a first grade level for some reason, and so it's just it reads really awkwardly and real simply. So I'd be pretty happy if they even just went back to the old ones. Like even like Phantasy Star 3 isn't a lot of people's favorite, so maybe you can plus that one. Even how just do all of them. Do 1 and 2. Just remake them. HD, 2D, whatever. But do something with single player Phantasy Star for sure.
Agreed.
Amen.
I
Next
hope your
email.
computer's better, Bailey.
What? Thank
I hope
you.
yeah.
I hope so too. It's not better, but I did play Phantasy Star Online a lot as a child, but I did play it as
Same.
single player because my dad wouldn't let me go online because he was a good parent.
Yeah, I
sounds
was
right.
online.
He is a good parent. Shout out to Mike.
Shouts out to Mike. Got an email from him this morning.
Damn it, every morning.
Hey guys, real quick, I just realized the Cosmos' name is a space thing. It's a pun.
Yep.
What?
That's real stupid of me. I know. I'll just admit it. I'll say it. I don't think I've ever said that name out loud before in my life.
Phoenix down.
It's like I just never said that name out loud. Because it's spelled like it's an operating system, you know?
Sure,
Like,
KOS, yeah.
yeah. Look, I know it's embarrassing. Okay, I'm not trying to offend myself on it. I'm admitting it.
Sean says he's just Dan. Oh my God. Yeah, I've never seen them in the same room at the same time.
Yes, you did. We were at Cheesecake Factory together.
threw like the egg in the air.
Cheesecake Factory.
Just caught it on your face. Michelle from the Chicago suburbs writes in, "Hi, Bombcast. As a public librarian, your discussion about library services on last week's Bombcast warmed my heart. Thank you for spreading the word about services that we provide. I select and purchase video games for the library that I work at. And trying to figure out whether a game will be released on physical or digital is the bane of my job. Sometimes I have to just wait until a game hits release date to see if it will be offered on physical. Viewfinder is a good example. Do you have any recommendations on how to know in advance if a game will be digital only? The publishers generally don't seem to want to divulge that information up front. Thanks and much love, Michelle from the Chicago suburbs."
Michelle, do they sell Magic 8 balls near you?
Yeah, that might be your best bet, honestly. This is the kind of thing where it's like, when is a movie going to hit streaming? You think that information would just be out there, right? Like that.
Yeah.
That's just a date. They're going to just have that date. They know it. And it's like, no, it's a moving target. And so they always kind of keep it on lock because they don't really know. I think the same thing happens with physical releases for games because they're just like, well, we're always judging the demand and maybe we're going to decide to do it and maybe we're going to do it as a limited run or something like that.
That being said, yes, you freaking go to a library. Libraries are great.
Yes,
We have such a
absolutely.
nice library in my town, and I haven't been there forever. I feel so guilty about it. I need to change that.
Also, surprisingly, really hard to become a librarian.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
It
yeah,
is.
it's
You
like
need to get like a master's in library
Yeah.
sciences.
Yeah.
It's a
Really?
library sciences degree.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
They teach you the Dewey Decimal System still?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Actually, yes.
Yes.
I don't know why I phrased that like a joke. It seems
Yeah,
like a
you're
reasonable thing.
You're
Yeah,
like
you
that
really-
piece of shit Dewey Decimal System.
You
Fuck
said it the
Dewey
same-
in particular.
You like said it the same way boomers make that like underwater basket weaving joke, that like tired one. Like it's just like, yeah, man, of course. Like
I
what?
guess they do learn that.
It's not gonna be like what else, but
I bet you learn about.
Common Core. It's like, okay, Mike.
I bet you have to learn about authors.
Real quick, an answer to this might be go to your local game store, not like GameStop, but like if you have a local game store, and talk to the person who orders games for them.
Oh.
Because they probably
yeah.
have contacts with retail supply chains, and they will have maybe better information on this. At the very least, they can give you insights in how they decide to know when a game's coming out physically.
Now they're still going to ask you to join their Power Up program.
Yeah.
Just tell them no.
Yeah, and definitely, no, you just say no and don't look them in the eye, and then back away slowly.
Trade them
It's
like a
just-
library card at the same
Yeah, there
time.
you go.
it's just so sad that like apparently the solution to this is like anything else to go outside and make friends.
Yeah.
Like
I
that's
gotta
so
do this.
difficult though, Jeff.
Yeah, there's so much chance. There's never in a million years worlds where am I going to talk to someone, and it's like that's the same. Yeah, you're right. I would never do that either. So Bailey,
Yeah,
you're
come
right. I'm
on.
sorry for even suggesting it.
was it last week or on the voicemail dump truck? Someone asked what our motto for life was, and I think one of my mottos is just call, like just pick up the phone and call.
Yeah, that's a good motto. Yeah, you're right.
You
Because
can
like
call, but I won't answer.
that's the thing,
People
you know.
are not expecting it.
Exactly, like hotels when you need like a last minute invoice for a trip you went on a couple months ago that you suddenly need to expense because you
Hey.
forgot. It's like,
Oh, you've done that too? Oh my
Yes.
god.
I just got yelled at. I'm like, I didn't even book this hotel. I don't get. They didn't send me a receipt, and they're like, I don't care.
they printed
All right,
it
I guess I'll
out. They
call
were
the
supposed
hotel.
to email me.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad we're all terrible at expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Not my job to know about money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amen,
That's why
sister.
they didn't hire me in the finance department for a reason.
Next email. Sup, crew. I enjoy pizza with a variety of different toppings.
Oh no.
Add a splash of watermelon juice to my mate water. Traditional gourd prep doesn't require hot water at all, by the way.
Okay.
Listen to a lot of metal and hyperpop, and pretty much only play games that mix genres. What are some things you do to prevent yourself from feeling like you're eating the plain bagel of whatever you're enjoying? Wombology, Los Angeles.
I'm kind of a plain bagel of a man, though. I don't know. Just look at me. You know what I like to do is I buy the canned soup like from Campbell's. Get the hearty select whatever jazzy jambalaya. But
yeah.
then I
That's
will
that
like
shit.
add like some like a little like a splash of soy sauce and hot sauce in there, maybe like some
yeah.
blackening seasoning. Like I do like to get like the super prepared stuff for food already, and then just add a couple things, and all of a sudden it tastes like
actually,
a lot
yes.
better.
I love grabbing a packaged salad and spicing that bad boy up.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
It's
I-
like
You don't.
Soy sauce is a good one. I put soy
Soy
sauce
sauce is good in everything.
in tuna.
Mhm.
When I make tuna
Yeah.
fish sandwiches, a little soy sauce in there. It's like it's actually what I learned that when I worked at Jimmy John's. That's what they do to their tuna.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, that's actually really good. And I kept doing it.
The number one food tip: like soy sauce doesn't make everything taste like Chinese food. It is just like a umami bomb. It just makes things
And if
more
it did, that
savory.
wouldn't be a problem, right,
Right.
Mike?
Yeah, it wouldn't be, but like
Thanks,
some people are like, well,
Mike.
I can't. No, but like some people are like, oh, I can't put this in this, this steak sauce I'm making, or else it's gonna taste like Chinese food. It's not. It's just gonna taste like
It's gonna taste good.
Salt. Just gonna take like salt. You could put half
Yeah.
green grapes in tuna salad on some potato bread classic sandwich. But
That sounds great too.
I would say if we're talking more metaphorical plain bagel, I do like to get really stoned before playing Tetris 99 so that I
Oh,
feel
of
a little
course, yeah.
I feel a little bit of a challenge. Very like Inigo Montoya, I am not left-handed.
Jesus Christ! All right. Yeah.
to spice up.
How many of those victories have you gotten?
Oh, like a lot actually. Like on
I've won once.
I'm usually top 5 anyway, unless I'm just having a bad day. But like I've gotten first place on like stream a lot of times and off
Okay.
stream more times.
That's impressive because that is it. All the people playing are like you. Like everyone's still playing Tetris 99 are people who have played Tetris every day
Man,
for 20 years.
I wish they do that
It's-
format with more puzzle games. Like where's
I
Puyo Puyo
agree.
99?
No one cares about that.
It's not
Yes, they
good.
do.
It's not as good as Tetris.
I mean, okay, like I'm
I
not.
will also turn the sound off and just blast K-pop. I feel like it really motivates me.
Oh, I
That
like
gives you powers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm. Oh God, I thought I was resisting the K-pop bug for the longest time, but I think I'm super shy right now.
I'll send you videos.
You have. You sent me
I'm gonna
gifts.
send you more.
Okay.
Well, I sent you a single GIF once.
Hey, that GIF was enough. It started everything. Now I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at.
It was a good GIF.
Now I'm looking at Blackpink tickets, and I'm like, am I?
Oh yeah, good luck.
Am I in this now? Do I want Blackpink to be in my area? The answer is yes.
I will say the best thing I've ever done for work was I Coachella this year for like fortnight. I don't remember, but the point is they gave us free VIP passes.
Oh, Bailey's going in and out.
We're losing Bailey.
I was a different person after that, y'all. Also, the Gorillas. Oh my God, that was Blackpink was the best show. The Gorillas was the most well done show. That makes sense.
I haven't listened to a lot of the newer albums, but Gorillaz' Demon Days is still probably one of my
They
favorite
brought
albums.
everyone
I
out.
love-
They brought the guy
Oh.
just to do the laugh on Feel Good.
Oh,
that's
fantastic.
cool.
Oh,
It
did they have
was
that weird
really
head
good.
from Dare? I love that head.
Of course they did. Of course they
course
did.
they
It's a
did.
whole
It's
it's a whole
there.
experience. No, I started that concert. Like, I'm sorry, I know we're supposed to be talking video games, whatever.
No,
I
it's
started
fine.
that concert being like, okay, I know 2 of their songs. This should be fun. And by the end of it, I was like, Damon Albarn is a genius, and I will defend him with my life. Like, became a huge stan just over the course of the concert. It was so good. Anyway, Gorillaz are great, but so is Blackpink, my 2 favorite K-pop artists.
You think Dan would know what the K in K-pop stands for?
Yes, I think he
I
does.
think he could guess. I don't think he'd be certain.
I put this in Slack. I think Dan, Grubb, and I should take a K-pop dance class together.
Yes,
I love
I'm
that
in.
for you all.
I'm in.
All
Yeah,
right.
you guys have fun with that. Jeff, you're gonna get so sweaty.
Yeah, I know.
All right. I just wouldn't want to get like I would also, to be clear, this isn't man, I just hate getting sweaty from dancing.
I'll say that I did take a K-pop dance class once, but it was way more advanced. It was like an influencer event, so I thought it'd be very basic, but it was extremely advanced. It was a choreographer who's worked with Blackpink, and I pulled a muscle doing the stretches and set the whole thing out.
Yo, I'm so ready to dance. I need to dance, y'all. It's like I'm stretching for no reason. I almost can't do the splits anymore because I'm not stretching and dancing enough. I need to dance.
You got to do what I do and watch the Let's Get Flexy guy on TikTok, and then never ever do any of the things he shows you to get flexy.
Hey, Jan.
I got a lot of them saved though. Don't worry.
Hey,
Yes,
Jan.
Mike. Yes.
I hope you dance when it's in constant emotion. Yeah, there you go.
All right, next email comes from Alex from Portland. Sup, bombers? I'm technically a true blue haberdasher, and have been
Oh,
for
from Portland, you say?
and have been for a decade or so now. Most people think we make hats, but a haberdasher is someone who sells men's clothing and accessories, including a lot of stuff you wouldn't find at normal clothing stores. And half of our store is dedicated to hats, so I got me some knowledge on the subject. Quick staff hat facts. I apologize, Bailey and Mike. You were not included in the hat staff facts.
I do want to say I think my head's bigger than anybody's on this staff. So
I think that yours is wider. I think Dan's is taller. Is what it was.
Together.
Yes.
Together we are just a beautiful freak of a head.
Yeah.
Bacalar, you're a 7.25 or probably 7 3/8 European 58 or 59. That's a large and most common size sold. Dan, you're a 7 5/8 European 61, assuming you didn't measure in a weird place. That makes you an XL and the same hat size as me. And even though Minotti has been calling you Megamind on the subreddit, you're just barely above
this
average.
This is a lie. I have not done that. That'd be funny, though. I wish I did.
The hate game in this email is remarkable. Like, I thought I was roasting y'all this whole time, but he's just like, your head's really not that big. You're just super bald.
Well, it continues on. Your head only looks bigger because you literally have no shadows hair. And all the shadows are lower on your dark beard hair. So because you have the facial hair of an insane 1800s Russian poet, your noggin looks bigger.
Get his ass.
We gotta make sure Dan hears that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm honestly so grateful I'm not in this email. I think if someone told me what size my head is, I would die.
Jan, everyone has a hat that would look good on them, but not all hats look good on all people, except for people like you, my man. You could clear just about any hat. Classic wool fabric Gatsby? You could swing it. Flat driving cap? Yup. Top hat? You're damn right, you classy motherfucker, you.
Wow.
I know. Thanks, buddy.
Who's this written by? Jan from Portland? What?
Yo, I got like a straw brim hat. I'll put this on right now. Y'all will think a little bit more highly of me. Anyway.
I have an Animal Kingdom safari hat. I think that's the only fancy hat I fancy. The only non-baseball cap hat I have here.
Grub,
I
it's
appreciate
time.
you correcting the word fancy there.
You're welcome. I saw you were about to excuse me.
I was going to keep it to myself for that one. I was going to let you have that, actually.
Don't worry. I stopped myself there.
It's like you told me you had the Yeti hat from Expedition Everest. You're like,
Yeah.
it's my only fancy one.
I bought that hat when I got drunk after drinking the Avatar beers. It was a good time.
Animal Kingdom is the best place to have a beer at 9 a.m. So
Oh.
I understand you.
I'm a full-on Animal Kingdom boy.
I wish they never shut down that Star Wars hotel thing, because could you imagine all of us there together?
Hey,
It's
we
not
should
shut down yet.
Hey, we should just all go to Disney World anyways. We'd have a better time just going to a normal. We could go to the Poly. I hear you're really interested in that these days, Jan.
I want to go to the Star Wars Hotel again. If anyone can make that happen before it closes down,
Please,
let me know.
please. Grub, it's time. Giant brimmed straw hat with a drawstring. You have skin to protect and kids to embarrass.
I have one of those in my van, and it has a Taco Bell logo, and I wear it whenever it's especially sunny.
Jesus.
Specifically to embarrass my children.
I don't know. That's a bit much. I mean, your kids have a future ahead of them.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I have a green one too.
damn
It's
it,
not
Jan.
straw, but it's the same thing. God,
Jan.
you do fucking look good in hats. What the
You
hell?
look
I
good.
know,
You
right?
kind of look like Dick Tracy, but in a good way.
I think this hat is like, oh, there we go. I fixed the brim.
It looks. Yeah, you get.
Just for size reference, the smallest we sell is a 6 3/4 Euro 54 and tiny, all the way up to 8 1/8 Euro 65. And
Hey, Carmen
fantastic.
Diego's here.
Joining the hat gang.
Hat Gang. And most
She
people
goes from Nashville to Norway, on air to Zimbabwe, Ohio to Czechoslovakia, and back.
The
Yeah,
thing is, this
Czechoslovakia's not a
hat was
country
like
anymore.
under something, so now it's like permanently flippy up like this, and I feel like Carmen San Diego. It's kind of perfect.
it's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's a vibe, homie.
It's a vibe.
If you need hats or short stays, send up the Dasher signal. I gotcha. Keep it up, boys. Smooches. Alex
Thank
from
you,
Portland.
Haberdasher.
Mwah. All right. We got time for one last email here. This comes from Zay from PA. Hey, Giant Bomb. It's Zay from PA. I
Hi, Zay.
grew up a Jehovah's Witness, and that's particularly the reason I never got to watch a lot of the best movies that came out. Rated R and some PG-13 were a no-go. I'm no longer associated with that religion or any religion right now, and it's been that way since 2014 when I turned 18. That being said, I filled my time with games more than movies. I'm now watching a lot of movies to catch up on some of the best. I just watched The Shining a few months ago, The Goodfellas last year. I've just seen all the Star Wars movies, regretfully, and the Rocky movies up to Creed, which I plan to watch that trilogy soon. I've seen Terminator 1 and own Terminator 2, but probably won't watch any more of those. I've watched some Tarantino's, no Nolan films yet, no Wes Anderson films, fell in love with Midsommar from Ari Aster. What are some standouts to watch that aren't obvious like The Godfather, which I haven't seen yet? Thanks so much. Sorry this turned out longer than I wanted it to be. Zay from PA.
So all these guys are going to recommend classics, obviously. And so, like, I feel like I've got to
Yes.
recommend one in line with that.
Hillary Duff. Yes. Hillary
Yes.
Duff.
Listen, have you heard of the movie Race Voice starring Hillary Duff? Don't stop my joke, Grub. Damn it.
It's the third time it's come up this episode.
It's a really good movie. It's not a good movie. I would recommend expanding your repertoire past the classics and go into like the fun ones too.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
like dip your toes into rom-coms. Bridget Jones' Diary is a great movie. Watch Legally Blonde. Watch
yeah.
Clueless. Like don't be afraid to hit up the girly movies. They're fun and they're great and you should watch them. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is bad, but you should also watch it.
I'm a big mark for the Blank Check podcast. I'm a big blankie myself. So if you ever want like an accompaniment to a director or something, that's a good podcast to dive deep into like a director that you may want to explore. Here's my pick. Sam Raimi films. Watch all of Sam Raimi.
Darkman. Go watch. Like,
Oh
like,
my God.
See where like he started with like superhero movies where like he couldn't get superhero movies, so he just made his own. And
Drag
see how
Me to
wild that movie
Hell
is. Yeah.
is so wild. I just rewatched for no particular reason the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. Jesus Christ, Alfred fucking Molina in that. Oh
The
my God.
soundtrack. Dashboard Confessional.
Vindicated.
Nickelback.
I am selfish. I'm wrong. I'm right. I
Guys, come
swear
on.
I'm
Nobody
right.
likes it when people sing on a podcast.
We are going to get a DMCA takedown.
Right.
It sounded too good.
You said James Cameron movies. Watch the rest of James Cameron's movies because like those are just always the biggest movies ever. Like every single movie he does is like massive, and then even some of the smaller ones like The Abyss are very good. If you like want to like catch up on the jokes people my age make though when they're referencing movies.
Who wouldn't want to do that?
I know, exactly. That's why I sound uncertain. I'm like, I don't think you should care about that. But if that's what you're talking about here, like The Princess Bride, Goonies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Beetlejuice, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, Lost Boys, Raising Arizona, Breakfast Club, stuff like that. Like those, if you like do like 3 or 4 of those, you're going to be fine. You're going to get half the jokes that someone like me makes. So yeah.
Additionally, Mike, please go ahead. I've already recommended.
Yeah, I don't know. Movies are kind of mid. Just keep playing video games. Go
Yeah,
watch
fuck
Commando.
Movies.
Watch
You heard it
Commando.
here
Movies,
first. Movies suck.
movies are done.
Movies are done.
I'm over movies. I'm over them. I
The
get
biggest
it.
movie weekend of the year. You're like, movies are over. I don't know what people are talking about.
It's just because all the movies that his company makes are remakes of old animated movies that fucking suck.
Yeah, they go poor. I don't think that Haunted Mansion movie is gonna be making much money next weekend. That doesn't look. No, watch Commando. I assume like the PG-13 movies you weren't allowed to watch, or anything that had magic in it. because I had friends like that. It's like, go watch Lord of the Rings movies. I like those the most.
Yeah.
I had a Jehovah's Witness friend when I was young. I don't know, his friend was so much of my mom took me there once to hang out. So, but either way, what I remember is he had Karnoff for NES, and that's where I learned about Karnoff. And so I will always be grateful to the Jehovah's Witness religious sect for that.
Oh, this person should also watch everything Guillermo del Toro has ever made.
Oh my God, that's a good pull.
Only Hellboy 2, The Golden Army.
Oh no, we're gonna skip Crimson Peak.
I don't know what else I've actually even seen.
Watch RoboCop and
Pan's
Source Code back to
Labyrinth.
back. Pan's Labyrinth. There you go.
I've only
yeah.
seen the scary.
That one's like the legitimately very good one. Crimson Peak is the one that made me laugh out loud in the theater.
Well, there's value to that. Oh yeah. Also, yeah. You said bad movies. Watch bad movies.
I'll watch The Room.
yeah.
I know it might
The
seem like
Room?
The Room joke is like Red Scores. I still have so much fun watching The Room every time.
The Room. The Apple is like the musical version of The Room,
Annette?
basically. Annette. Yes, watch Annette. Go watch Mystery Science Theater 3000, like old episodes of that. They're always streaming on Twitch. Just go watch those instead. And that's a good way to like get this
Watch
same idea.
Annabelle Comes Home. It's the best movie in the Conjuring cinematic universe. It's my Avengers.
How many movies are in that universe? It's
It's
like
a lot
A
now.
million.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Hey, also, Tom Cruise is a fucking weirdo. But Mission
Yep.
Impossible,
Oh yeah. Watch the
Fucking-
Mission Impossible movies.
Those are
it
good.
bangs so fucking hard, dude.
Good, yeah.
I
So
hate
love
it.
See the
movies.
new one.
Oh man. God, I had another rec off the top of my head. Oh, watch everything that was Adam McKay and Will Ferrell. And please,
Yeah.
bangers
Yeah.
after bangers. Jack Black
There
as
are so
well.
many good movies.
School of Rock. Oh,
Oh my God, yes.
Start with The Big Short with the Adam McKay stuff. That's
Yeah.
Skip Shallow Hal. Don't watch
yes.
Shallow
No,
Hal.
no, Shallow Hal.
No, we don't watch Shallow Hell anymore.
Avoid any comedy that was made in like 2000.
Yes.
absolutely, because they will
Yes.
definitely have all the slurs. You're like, I can't even believe we said
Yeah.
that. Still, well, this is
It's
crazy.
so hard. It's like I have a place in my heart for like Drop Dead Gorgeous, but God, it's hard to watch in the year of our Lord 2023. Ooh, there's so much stuff where you're like, I don't know.
I think I said this before. I love Bill and Ted so much, but Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, they have said this one line where they drop the big homophobic slur.
Yeah,
Like,
Monster
great.
Squad. Monster Squad's such a cute, fun movie, and then they're like doing the same thing. I'm like, what the hell? God, I know it was the 80s, but even then that seemed insane. Like it's a kids
Ooh.
movie.
Go on Letterboxd, pick an actor that you like in a film that you've seen, and just explore their filmography.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
also
That's a
fun.
really good way of doing it. Oh yeah, the Before trilogy by actually all Richard Linklater movies. It's the best American director, Richard Linklater. There you go. Start there.
Watch everything Rygos has made, because god damn, that man is
Who's
gorgeous.
Rygos? That sounds like a Ghosts and
Gosling.
Goblins villain.
Ryan
Who's
Gosling, you're
Rygos?
embarrassing us,
You
Mike.
don't have to watch The Notebook though. Like I know I said watch rom-coms. Do not watch The
No,
Notebook.
but-
watch
but
The
he is-
Notebook because of
Schlock.
Oh,
what's
is
his
that the
face.
Drive guy? Drive is so bad. I hate that movie.
Okay, that's not Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling's fault.
Someone in chat just said Drive. I thought maybe Rygos or whatever was Drive.
He is in Drive. He is Drive,
is.
but it is
He's
not.
the guy with the jacket.
Ryan
Yeah,
Gosling
I hate
is
that
in
movie.
the best romantic comedy though, which is Crazy,
Stupid Love.
Yes.
Oh.
So watch. Yeah, honestly, that's the one you should start. That's the first movie you should go watch. Crazy Stupid Love.
Yeah,
Guys,
actually.
Ooh.
Chat's very upset I don't like Drive. I always get this
Guys,
reaction. I
you
was
guys
so
just-
weird. Drive? No.
Don't care about Mike's movie opinions. He doesn't watch movies. He doesn't care about them at all.
It's
Drive
true.
is
He
bad,
did
though.
literally say movies are bad. Like
I
right
did say
when we
they're
started.
Look, movies are made, but Drive is bad. I don't get it. I don't know. I saw that
He
movie.
doesn't like anything that has any like violence that feels a little bit gratuitous, right? That's like right. That's
Yeah, but context matters. Like RoboCop didn't
Yeah.
bother me. I don't know,
Commando's
but even
good
still,
too,
I don't
yeah.
know. I guess Drive is a quote unquote vibe, and I was not vibing with it.
yes. Nice guys is good. Yes.
Yeah, Nice Guys is also amazing. Jesus Christ, it's such god, yes. I love recommending movies. We should just have a movie
You should watch
club.
Shane. You guys ever see Shane?
I have seen Shane. Yep.
That's a good
it's
movie. Go
I've
watch
seen-
old westerns.
Oh yeah, okay. I've seen
Nah.
a man named Shane tear his quads.
Go watch the entire Cornetto trilogy. Shaun of the
Mm.
Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End.
How do we feel about World's End these days? Because that was definitely like the one that left the least impact on me.
I haven't seen it
loved
since
at
I
the
saw it.
time.
Yeah.
I haven't revisited it, but I loved it at the time. I thought it was really good.
Would definitely the one I would want to watch again the least compared to Hot Fuzz and.
I do
Shaun
think
of the
Hot
Dead.
Fuzz is like the most underrated of the trilogy. There's a reason everyone loves Shaun of the Dead. Obviously, it's great, but Hot Fuzz,
It's very
kind of
it's
the
probably my
most
favorite.
under the radar one, like the ignored middle child of the series. It's really good.
I bet Hot Fuzz gets more love than even World's End does. I don't know.
I think Hot Fuzz has picked up steam over the years as people have but I remember at the time people not being as excited about it.
Last two recs, I swear to God, fucking watch all of Ang Lee's films.
The Hulk.
No, I legitimately love Ang Lee's Hulk movie. It has the best transitions in any fucking film ever.
It's a weird movie.
Also, Speed Racer.
Yeah.
I do want to watch Speed Racer. I bet I would like Speed Racer a lot. I
You
just
would
never
love
saw it.
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer
Yeah.
owns. It's
Ugh.
so
I think I
good.
kept trying to get my friends to watch with me, and they just refused. They just wouldn't believe me. My friends always do this thing where I'm like, "Oh, people say this is good," and they're like, "Who's they? The people on the internet?" So I'm like,
Yeah.
I
Yes,
guess. I
yes.
mean,
Friends that live in my computer. Yes.
like, what do you want me to do? Like, that's who. Yeah, I guess that's who they are.
Oh my
It
God.
wasn't you, obviously. It wasn't my mom. Like, yeah.
Munich. Go watch Munich.
We need to, instead of filming 40s with Speed Racer, we just need to do Speed and watch Speed Racer.
Yeah, I got some in the closet over there. Yeah, absolutely.
Guys,
Okay.
Isn't that one of the bad drugs?
All right,
No,
folks.
not if you have ADHD. That's
All
a good drug.
relative.
Thanks for joining us on the Giant Bombcast. Bailey, any plugs for the folks at home? Where can people find you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, please check out the Honest Game trailer that dropped today. It is my, if done well, it will be my Star Wars. And,
Star Wars, but with tits.
yeah, finally, it's what the people want. And then I'm streaming tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time, Bailey versus Predator, or you can catch me on any social media, Bailey Meyers or Bailey versus Predator.
Lovely.
That's
Lovely.
me.
Mike, what you up to this week?
Please check out GamesBeat. That's where I work at. And new episode of 90s Disney should be coming out on the 1st of August. I'm spearheading this episode. It's about the Tomorrowland Transit Authority / People Mover, which is basically the fancy monorail-esque thing that just goes around Tomorrowland and just kind of shows you Tomorrowland. And for some reason and I thought it was weird. This is my favorite ride. There's a lot
the
of
People
people
Mover.
who feel that way. Yeah. So
People Mover moves people.
it does move the people. So
And it moves
I'm
me.
excited for that. And it moves Jan. But yep. Look out for that. And then Jeff and I are doing Last of the Nintendogs tonight. We do that over on his YouTube channel, The Game Mess.
I understand
Back
you
at
guys
9
might have to
p.m.
talk
Eastern.
about Columbo now.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we met a Patreon goal. Jeff and I are going to have to start a Columbo podcast. We're going to talk later and figure out the logistics of that. Don't expect a weekly podcast. We're
but-
very busy. But
A rewatch podcast doesn't sound too bad, and Octo I think already got it. Columbros is very good.
Columbros is pretty good. Who came up with that? Because I have to credit
I think
appropriately.
Octo did.
Octo, okay, good. Columbros is pretty good.
Yep.
I'm just biding my time until I can start a Psych Hose podcast where I just talk about Psych all the time.
Sure.
I think I would like Psych. I don't know if it has a little too much. They've got jokes energy, but I think I'd like
They've
Psych.
got
Have you
jokes.
watched any show on USA like Monk or anything?
I watched Monk. I liked Monk for
they are
bit.
all like Monk. It's
Right.
all
That's
like Monk.
that's what I assume. I liked Monk for a bit. It kind of got a little tedious, and they
right. That's what
they
those shows are.
dropped.
'Cause they do like 20 episodes a year or something.
I
It's
had a
like
friend-
that.
USA vibes.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was really
Yeah.
into Burn Notice, which I thought was funny.
Yep.
Bruce
I enjoyed
Campbell.
the first couple of seasons, and then
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, all these episodes are the same. I'm gonna watch something else now."
When
There
you're
you
a
go.
spy. All right, Grub. You're no Game S mornings on Thursday, Friday, or the following Monday. Go
That's right. Blue
fucking
Man
go
Group
to
needs me.
sleep. Just go to
Yeah.
sleep. Go hibernate. You deserve it, big dog. Blight Club is moving to tomorrow, folks.
Yeah, this week for sure. Maybe in the future, yes, but for this week for sure, Wednesday.
We'll also have voicemail dump truck as per usual on Thursday. We're also doing UPF earlier this week as well. I believe we're planning on doing it 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time because I gotta make it down to Santa Clara because of these Swifties. I have to brave the
Oh.
Swifties. I am
Oh no.
terrified
Oh,
of this,
no.
folks. I don't think I can handle the Swifties. But we'll catch you next week for another episode, and episode 800, it turns out, of the Giant Bombcast. I've been Jan. He's been Jeff. He's been Mike, she's been Bailey, and you have been gorgeous today. Keep drinking water, damn it. Stretch. Think about stretching. Do it. Oh my
Thinking
God.
about it.